Like, if I was starting right now, I'd use CapCut. I would not even touch Adobe. Wouldn't even touch it.
You should put ketchup on it.
No.
No?
No. I mean, I could. I mean, I would probably like it, but like, I don't. It doesn't need it for me.
I'm telling you, bro, ketchup, like, it actually makes everything good. Like, mac and cheese and ketchup, spaghetti and ketchup.
Okay. I upload in the normal settings in Premiere. There's no secret for like the settings wise.
Maybe not. Like a couple months now, like 6, 7 months.
Oh, that's crazy. 6.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy.
I was doing it, and then I was able to do it. I was able to finish it around like 6, 7, right? It's actually like 6, 7. Actually, Barack Obama actually said this. Like, yeah, you actually kind of have to be like, especially when you're trying to reach a certain level, you have to be kind of selfish a little bit.
Yeah, you do. No, you do. I agree with 100%.
Crazy segue. One of your favorite players got traded. So George Pickens. So how was that for you when George Pickens got traded?
So I'll give you the day. I'll give you what happened. That's what everyone wants to know.
I need some brain like Bay, let me see how you thinking. Me and was sat there broke like you, seeing the clock just ticking. I'm kinda bitch.
So what's up, everyone? We're here in New York City with a part 2 of a very, very interesting interview with the GOAT. The guy that's basically has a consistent work ethic like Kobe Bryant. Berges Pride.
What up?
How we doing, bro?
Good. Pretty good.
Yes,
Glad to be back.
Glad to be back, man. We coming back again, just like LeBron and Kobe and stuff like that. So
not to cut you off, hopefully I'm not too wet this podcast. Last podcast I was sweating a bunch. Disclaimer, I do sweat, so hopefully we're not getting too wet on this podcast. All right, keep going.
Yeah.
Apologies for cutting you off.
Pause. Yeah. So yeah. Also, we have some new additions. We are now sponsored now. We got the GOAT.
Well, he is, not me.
Oh, yeah. We got the GOAT helmet right here from Green Gridiron. You already know it's Spidey themed and everything. If you want to get one just like this, you just got to hit the link in the bio. And I think right now I'm actually just might hit the little what is it? The little promotion vid that we have. I'm gonna play it in 3, 2, 1 right now. So, my first question is, like, how are you doing since we last met? Because we had, if you guys don't know, we had an interview about this time a year ago. So,
probably like probably like June, right? Wasn't it like June or something like that?
Yeah. So, how you been since then?
Same old. I wouldn't say much has changed, besides like the growth in channels and my pages and stuff like that. I guess when we first started talking though, that was before I started streaming on my Berges Live page, so that's been a little different. That's been fun. I wouldn't say it's been kind of like a hobby, like we were talking about before we started. But it's definitely been fun, and I've just been enjoying like creating.
That's really good. So like that Berges Live, that's also another thing. So like that's like your page that you use for like video games and like voiceovers, right?
Yeah, I would say it started as video games, then I kind of transitioned to voiceovers. Then I got bored of doing voiceovers, so I was like, I'm not doing this. Yeah. And then when 26 came out, College Football 26 came out last week. I kind of hopped back on there, and I've been doing that for a little bit.
Nice.
So long it lasts.
So how did that start, the Berges Live one?
I've always wanted to like stream. I've always tried to stream like here and there, but I've never been like too comfortable with streaming. If that makes sense. And like recently, as I've grown older and gotten older, I've gotten more comfortable with myself and like just being myself. And that happened. I guess that fully happened last year when I was like, oh, I got it. It's now or never. I mean, College Football 25 was like a big game coming out, obviously, as you know. So I was like, well, might as well try it. And I did, and it was fun. But I stopped because like once August hits, as you know, season comes around, it's a little busy. So I was like, I don't know how much I can do this. And I probably could have juggled it, but I kind of really wanted to just focus on football season on my main page. And then, like I said, I brought it back this year because I do like streaming and I do kind of like playing video games from time to time. Even though it could be a grind and could be boring at times, especially if the game sucks, College Football 26. But yeah, that's basically where I've always wanted to stream, and I just might as well try it. That's pretty much where I was at.
Yeah, and then one of the main things, people always ask is like, how are you so consistent? But my thing is like, because you add like the video games, and like I'm thinking like, okay, that's gonna be like the only stuff that you post. But then I'm seeing like you're making still like actual college football videos, actual NFL videos on streaming for hours. So like, how do you juggle both of that?
Well, the answer, last year I didn't.
Yeah.
Last year burned me out quick. Like I remember like 3 weeks in, I remember I got on stream. I was like, yeah, I don't know how long I can do this, boys. Because it's a grind. Like, and it's not like physically a grind; it's mentally a grind, and that's why I stopped. Like I said, going when I went into the season, because people don't like the off season's so weird with what we do, especially because like you get kind of like not complacent, but like it's weird because there's no like you're always like in the season you're always looking forward to Sunday. You're always like, all right, I got Sunday. Like I know football's gonna be on Sunday. I know football's gonna be on Thursday. I know football's gonna be on Monday. But in the summer and like the off season, there's no you make your own kind of schedule and like how you're posting, what you're posting.
Yeah.
So last year, like I would, and I didn't even know how to clip last year. So I would end stream, put the whole 2 hour stream into Premiere, clip in Premiere, which would take like hours. And trust me. And then I would edit the clips, create like content basically of the clips, edit those clips, and then go and edit on my main page. And that would last me till like, I mean, it'd be daily. I mean, it'd be from end of stream till I go to bed. And I was like, yeah, I can't do this. So this year I found an easier way to clip and edit clips, and that's been a little better. But it's still definitely a grind. And like, I mean, to answer your question, it's basically because I want to do it. Like I want to edit on my main page. Like it's not like a job to like force me to edit. So I look forward to it. Obviously, there's days I don't want to edit like every day. Like it's hard, but most days I do want to edit. So that's really where I'm at in terms of balancing it because I know it can be a grind. I know you can get basically exhausted mentally. At least I did, and I don't want that to happen again. So I'm trying to juggle it, but like I said, we'll see once August comes around how I'm feeling. But as of right now, that's how I'm juggling it.
Dang, yeah, that's insane, man. Like, yeah, I just like seeing like the work, and like I always see like I always admire like the consistent greatness that you have.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. So like, how is like the video game so far? Like, I know you kind of ran on College Football 26 a little bit. I haven't played it yet. We only played one game, so it seemed pretty good. But then it's like I remember Xavier was saying like it's like the same game. So it's just
Yeah, well, the game's buggy. It's not finished. It's you miss you don't like your players don't tackle, your players don't block, your players don't animate. You could probably put up clips right now as I'm talking. I have clips. So the game's not bad, and like I only, to their credit, I've only played like online mode. I haven't played Dynasty or Road to Glory yet. So I'm not really familiar with that. But in terms of gameplay wise and online game modes, it's very buggy. And you can ask like any like good player at the game, they will all say the same answer. It's buggy. And maybe with a patch, it'll get better. But as of right now, it just wasn't ready, and you can tell it wasn't ready. And it's very similar to last year in terms of like the look, obviously, because it's a football game. It's 2025. You can't really do too much yet, or like too much at all with graphics. So they look amazing already. But yeah, I just think it's buggy and wasn't ready. But it's fun. I mean, whatever. I mean, it's whatever.
yeah. So like for like your lives, are you just gonna be like playing like games like online?
Yeah, I was. They want me to play like Road to Glory or like Dynasty, but like I'm usually just like an online kind of guy. Like I just like playing real people. But maybe I'll jump into that. But once college football kind of dies off again, if I continue to stream, I'll do other stuff on stream, like I don't know, just off the top of my head, like ranking the top 32 quarterbacks. You know what I mean? Like the rank system or something like that. Just something else. But as of right now, it's just college football 26.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, because I'm totally different. Like when it comes to like sports video games, like the thing I love is that I love like the player franchises. You know, like I can make me myself as a safety, as a quarterback, and just play. And
that was me when I was like younger. Now I'm like,
yeah. It is kind of crazy for me. Like 22 years old. Like, why are you playing?
No,
like,
I'm not saying it like that. But it's just for me, I'm not like that anymore. I'm just not there yet.
Yeah. But I always get clowned on that. But like, I just like it because you know, it's like for me, it's like a visual thing too. Like I can picture myself in the NFL because like this is not a disclaimer. This is 100% facts that if I had the mindset that I have right now, I would 100% be a professional athlete. In at least soccer, if I was allowed to play American football.
You didn't play American football.
Yeah, I didn't play American football, but if I played American football, 100% basketball, just because of like it's really super simple. It's really just you have to have a passion for it, like in anything that you do, and then it's just like the consistent work every single day.
I agree with that.
And that was a thing that I didn't learn until like doing content and stuff. Yeah, that's why I would have been the next Jesse Lingard, Virgil van Dijk, Odell Beckham Jr. I mean, Lamar Jackson, Joe Flacco. So if you know, you know.
Keep talking to him.
That's crazy.
Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett. I don't know about that. But
well, you mentioned Joe Flacco, so I'd throw Kenny Pickett in there. Both Super Bowl champions.
That is great. Oh, that's true. Okay, you know, I'll let
one
that
close out the game.
Yeah. They're both on the field.
Yeah, they're both on the field.
Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, that's why I like player franchises, and it's just so frustrating because like it was fine when I was younger, like from like Madden 13 to like Madden 20, really, because it was fine at being like the same thing where it's like you just make a player and you play. Just because like I mean, I guess you're a kid, you don't really need much.
Yeah, that's right.
And
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
yeah, but that's also why I love 2K so much, and because like they added so much in my career, and like people always say like 2K is bad. They are so innovative, just with the cutscenes and everything. I
They're
also
definitely
love the
better than that.
cutscenes.
Yeah, I would give you that.
So like light years
Yeah, I would
ahead.
give you that.
The fact that we still don't have a park in a Madden game in
Crazy,
a college
crazy.
game, it makes zero
crazy,
sense.
crazy. That game would be
Yeah.
their most popular game mode. It makes no sense.
Exactly.
They tried to do the yard, but it just wasn't the same. If they could do
Yeah.
something like 2K with Park, it'd be their best game mode.
And it sucks because like the only way they're gonna do it is if they can monetize it, but they
They
can.
totally
It's like
can,
right
right?
there,
Yeah.
you know. But
They could do the same thing. They theoretically could just copy 2K.
yeah,
And you just make a player, you build up. It's the same thing. You could just do the
Yeah.
same thing. They just don't do it. I don't know why.
I heard that it's coming in Madden 26 and FIFA 26 as well.
What,
but,
Park?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
we'll
what they
see.
said. But I don't
I'm
know,
wrong.
man. I don't think so. But that's why I'm
We'll
hoping
see.
that they lose a license this year. But
No, they're not. I think they just like I think they just did it again.
Ain't
with the
no way,
NFL.
bro.
Pretty positive. I just saw that.
oh,
Right? Yeah, I was gonna say yeah.
we're cooked, bro.
Yeah, I guess
Another
for
7 years.
10, whatever it is, years.
Dang, bro.
Yeah.
That just broke my heart. I'm about to leave right now. But yeah, so it just sucks. Like college football, like the fact that there's still the same 5 positions for
Yeah, that sucks too. Yeah, for
like
Road
you only
Lord.
be a quarterback, running back. Like
Yeah.
people were flaming them in the comments. Like, bro, like the main position is like an edge rusher, and like you can't even do that. You know, for me, all I want to do is play a safety career.
Yeah, yeah.
So I
They
think
don't
like
have safety, right?
they don't. It's only a corner.
Like
Like
that's crazy. I don't understand. I don't even get that. I don't understand that. I don't get
yeah,
it.
stupid. But I think when I'm gonna have a little workaround. You're gonna see it on my gaming channel. But yeah, we're gonna have a little safety career, so it should be a lot of fun.
Nice.
So yeah. So next thing I wanted to ask is like, so you know, it's right. It's like July now, so you still have
Yeah.
some time, and I know you're very futuristic. You always think about the future. So like, where do you see like if you could have like the perfect season for you, like editing wise, like career wise, life wise, like how would it be for this fall 2025?
Well, ironically, you say I'm very future. I try to stay in the present. I wish I didn't think in the future so much. I try to stay in the present mostly. But I would say it sounds weird to say it, but like just continuing the work, like just continuing what I'm doing because it's gotten me so far already, and there's already a proven success model that I've been at like for the last 2 years basically, and I'm only going to get better. And I always say that to myself, and sometimes we talk about it, but like when people are like, I'll see the comments from like, what are you going to do if this YouTube doesn't work out, or what are you going to like yada yada yada, you know what I'm saying? But like to me, I don't even think like that because first of all, I've already done it. Second of all, there's so much room to improve. Like I'm only at like 500K subs, but there's dudes with 100 million subs. So like that almost gets me like excited to
Yeah.
like because there's so much room to grow, and it's such like a video game in that aspect where like I can continue to grow and I can hit 1 million subs, and it's still 100 million away from the top guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like to me, it's just basically just continue to grow, continue to work, continue to get better at working, continue to get better at overall like efficiency with creatively, organized wise, just everything, and just trying to make better content for my subscribers and viewers, and just try to get better overall and have fun while doing it. That's basically it. And the Steelers win a Super Bowl.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, 100%. Like that. Also, what I've been realizing as well is that like, because in terms of like what if YouTube doesn't work out and stuff like that, like I've kind of noticed with professions, really anything, like nothing is really like
Nothing is
like
especially nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing is like I don't know, what's the word, like consistent or
No,
like,
I know what you mean.
yeah, like
Guaranteed. I know what
guaranteed.
you mean.
Yeah, nothing is really guaranteed. Like you could be
No, it's facts.
like a professional athlete. Like if you're not averaging like a certain amount of
Cut.
points, you can
You're
get
gone.
cut. Yeah. So
Yep.
it's the main thing.
Any
is,
job.
Yeah,
I mean,
literally.
there's people graduating college that can't find jobs right now.
Yeah. So
I mean,
like 100%. Yeah. So like where I'm at right now is like I really just want to like make sure like I have like it's like stack paper, I guess, but like get enough money just for like I guess if something goes wrong for the
100%.
temporary.
Yep.
Like you can
save and don't be stupid with your money.
Yeah.
That's advice for everyone.
Yeah,
Be
100%.
smart, especially with this stuff we do, like because it's not always guaranteed to be gone tomorrow. Like who knows?
Yeah, but like that's like also my advice as well for like anyone that's trying to do something. Like as long as you have a passion for it, and like no matter how risky it is or whatever, like I would 100% do it, especially if you have the means to do it. Because yeah. Like also what I think about it, like I don't know, but like I think our lives are pretty stable compared to like a lot of people in the life.
100%.
So, like,
I'm very blessed. I'm very lucky.
That's also
yeah.
That's why I think I'm like we have to be like it's almost like you kind of have to be great if you get to like go to the same house every day. Have a stable house. Eat
food,
the same food. Yeah. Like you might as well just be great. You know. So
I agree with that. I agree 100% actually.
Yeah. So, and that's another thing I also want to know because like I think I'm pretty consistent. I'm trying to get consistent, but I'm not like Berges, Kobe Bryant level consistency. Like I'm telling you, bro, like you inspire me a lot because I'm trying to get to that level. Like, cause like I'm telling you, like I know I'm on a level, but like there's that That's at one level that you're at, and I'm trying to
See,
I'm get to that.
and this is gonna sound weird, but the way you say that, that's me with everyone else though. Like I still think that with
And that's
me.
perfect. You
And
need
that's
that.
why like I'm not trying to sound like I'm not like I don't want to sound like that guy, but like it's the truth. Like I don't even like when people say like great video, whatever, like yeah, what you just said, like in my mind, I'm like, no, like it's not even like I'm not even there yet at all. Like I can be so much better. I can be so much more consistent. I can be so much more efficient. And that's what really drives me and keeps me going because there is no end goal, especially in content. Because like I just said, there's a dude with 100 million subscribers, and there's however many people that don't subscribe to him. You know what I mean? So there's always going to be that other person or that guy you're reaching for, a bigger fish in the sea or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's really how I use that. And then it's funny when you mentioned Kobe because when I was younger, like 8th and 9th grade, I think I touched on this in the podcast last time, but
Yeah.
I would study him a lot for basketball because I was trying to get better at basketball because I was a basketball player. And I think ironically, because I was going through puberty, I was growing, I was just absorbing everything he was saying that it almost like stuck with me like mentally wise. I wasn't even trying to. I was just watching every interview he ever did and watching every workout he ever did and just seeing how he worked and seeing how he talked. And I was like, well, I gotta be like, if he's like that, what am I like? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it didn't really carry over to basketball. I mean, I was good at basketball. I wasn't grind good. But I knew I can use it in other aspects of my life. And when I found editing, I was like, well, this is like you versus you, like the definition of you versus you know what I mean? Like you don't have to, there's no one telling you have to stop. There's no one telling you have to do it. It's basically just you in a room with yourself. So I was like, well, let me just lock in on this. And I've been locked in ever since basically, but that's kind of how it started. And like I said, like, it's funny how you mentioned Kobe because he was kind of the main basketball player I was trying to be. And it just kind of blended over to editing, ironically, and not even on purpose. And now we're here.
Yeah, and that's the thing I like about like what we do, content creating, because it's so similar to like being a professional
Yeah.
athlete. That's why like, like I watch a lot of that stuff, like all that Kobe stuff and all that. Like I wish I did that then, but I watch that type of stuff now. Like that's why like I like if you go through like my TikTok reposts, like all those people and all those edits with the music and everything, it inspires me so
Yeah,
much.
no, I agree 100%.
So-
That's why I was like genuinely sad when TikTok was going to get taken down because it wasn't even about me. It was about everyone else that creates on that app. And it's such a creative app. And no one gives it credit because they just see it as a brain rot app. But it's not. Like there's guys that are like making edits that they don't even know they inspired me. But there's reasons, like there's people I've seen on the app, that's the reason I'm here. You know what I mean? Like, which is so weird to say.
Yeah.
And I don't even know their names. It's just my For You page or things I've liked and things I've seen. And like it sucks because like like I said, there's so many talented people on that app that no one really gives credit to because they look at it as like a brain rot app. And it sucks. And like if it does get taken away or eventually does get taken down or whatever, we're going to lose a lot of creative people because not everyone's going to translate over YouTube. Not everyone's going to translate over Instagram. And I'm going to lose like inspiration, which selfishly I don't want to lose because it's fun to like it's fun to wake up and like it's a Sunday morning and I go through my For You page and I see like 10 edits that are like, oh my God, these are awesome.
Yes.
And then I have a whole football day to look forward to. And now my brain's going. Like it's already moving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all I need. And like obviously I think I'll be fine if it does get banned, but like a little part of me would be like, damn, that's kind of like what could have been. You know what I mean? If it kept going.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think it's definitely big in my inspiration phases of creating. And thank God for TikTok, because if I didn't have TikTok, I don't know where I'd be.
Yeah, 100%.
Creatively and financially. Like I don't even know where I'd be. Even on YouTube. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't even know if I'd ever transfer over to YouTube if I ever started TikTok.
Yeah, it's just insane. Yeah, I started on TikTok as well, and then that was like the main thing that really like took off. Yeah, but another thing too, also like because I see like the comparisons between that and like what we do, like creating content and creating videos and like professional sports, just in terms of like the daily work where you have to make a video every day or you're constantly thinking about it,
which no one really knows about.
Exactly. Yeah, they just think you just wake up.
You just think you wake up, post a video, get paid, and that's it. It's that easy. I wish it was that easy. It's not that easy.
I wish, man.
Not that easy.
And that's the thing. Like, there's so many people like I've just crashed and burned. Like they'll ask me how to do it, and then I tell them, and then it's like they don't.
You give the game, and then they fumble.
Yeah, because it really also comes down to like if you really have a passion. It's the same thing of like if you're trying to be, the next like Joe Flacco. Like you have to have a passion. You have to have a passion for the game, and you got to be constantly thinking about it. And that's like,
but you're right. Like I mean, I don't want to cut you off, but you're correct because it's. I almost struggle sometimes to tell people certain things because I know they won't do it. Like, because I wouldn't do it. Like, if I was you, and I'm not you, so I'm me, but if I was you, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't be in my room for 8 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, like there's things you have to give up to be where you're at, and like no one really does it. And it makes sense because it sucks. Like, Why would you like, dude? On Saturday and Sunday, I'm in my room for the whole day, every day, or every Saturday and Sunday, basically from August to February, basically. And like, yeah, not everyone wants to do it. Now you don't have to do that. Obviously, there's other ways you can make content. Like, it's not like it just happened to be me. But I wouldn't say not everyone wants to do the work, and the work is so important, and failing is so important that you have to do it. And we both are. We're still failing. Like, you fail every day, but the way you have to learn from failure, because then it actually could be a win later down the line. But like I said, everyone just wants it now. People see the success now, and they're like, well, I want that now. But there's 5, 10, 20 years that goes into this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
And then another thing that's like in terms of content creating, so like virtually like any other space, right? Okay, let's just say like a regular job, right? Like you all have you have goals. So like your goal might be like, to get like a top promotion or whatever. I feel like professional athletes is super easy, super like clear.
Yeah.
You want to make the all-star team, or you want to win a championship.
Yeah.
Like for me, content creating, I think about it sometimes. I'm like, kind of like, what is like my championship? What is it where like when I hit a milestone, it's it. Because like something like sometimes I think about like like trips like this, right? Like coming from Houston all the way to New York, and then when it's posted and stuff, it's great. Like I'm thinking like, is that it? But then it's like I'm already off to the next thing, because it's not really like a season ending. So then I kind of think like maybe it's
we
like
don't have an off season.
Yeah, we don't have an off season. So I'm thinking like maybe it's kind of like I kind of treat it as like Instagram posts, like the carousel post. I treat that as kind of like a championship, because it's like usually those are like big things that I do. But like I don't know. What do you really have?
Good question. I don't have one. So
you just keep going.
Short. I just keep going. I mean, like it's hard. Like you said, it's very hard to have one. Especially what we do. I guess like the Super Bowl would be one, kind of, because it's like a season ending, but then it's not, because you wake up and you're like, oh my God, I gotta post that.
Yes.
But the season's over.
Yes.
But my season's not over. Like, I still gotta get, like, you know what I mean? I still gotta make videos.
Yeah.
Which obviously very grateful to make videos. Like, it's funny we talk about it like it's like I gotta go to the oil mine or whatever. Like, I'm not like I'm just making videos. It's not like that crazy. But I'm not like working on open heart surgery. But but it is true. Like, I would say, to answer your question, it would probably be like the end of the Super Bowl, but then it's for like a minute. And then it's like, oh, well, tomorrow is what? The 13th. It's Monday. I got to make at least probably 2 videos. There's probably an NBA game on tomorrow. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm already thinking. So there's no end goal for that. And then I guess like long form, the feeling of that is like when you finish the video. Not even when you post it, but like when I finish it, watch it back, I'm like, sweet. Like, I'm done. And then I'll post it and then feel bad because you're always expecting more than what you usually get. Usually, at least for me. Like, if I make a video like that second to last long form video I made, the scariest players. Like, when I made that video, I was like, that's a good video. Like, that is a good video. And then I posted it and it was 10 out of 10. I was like, damn. But ironically, it's doing better now. It got better throughout time. But at first I was like I was genuinely upset. I was like, damn, that sucks. Like, I just put in like weeks.
Oh,
like,
and then sorry, but 10 out of 10, you mean like
on my bad, on YouTube. Like, on YouTube you can see what like your ranking of the last 10 videos, and it was like it was like 10 out of 10. Now, granted, it was June. Like, it's the off season, but in my head I'm not thinking like that, because I'm so like, we got to win, Bergs. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but like, that's what I'm thinking. So like, when I see the 10 out of 10, I'm like, damn. And like, I genuinely got upset, but like, I kind of have been, for the last month, been working on that, where like, if a video does bad, it's okay. Like, it just learn from it, look what you did, and then just kind of keep going. And like, there's going to be bad videos. Like, my next post is either gonna be really good or really bad, but that will happen again. Like, it's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it will never be every post be amazing. Like, it's just not how it works. It's peaks and valleys. So I've been really trying to get better at that. And it's funny, I went from what's the end goal to like this, but yeah, I would say that like, there is no end goal for me personally. I guess I could work on that. If I had to pick one, it'd be the Super Bowl. But again, it just starts back up tomorrow.
Yeah, 100%. I think also what I like about like my IG posts, and then like really IG stories, because sometimes I go back and just kind of watch like my IG stories, because it helps me like reflect a little bit. And then like there's sometimes I'm like, yeah, like we really did that and stuff, you know, because I was like, last night I was going over like my stories of like around this time a year ago when we were interviewing you. Like, I was like, yeah, so like we're really doing that. And it helps. It also,
no, that's good. I agree with that.
Yeah, it also motivates me to do the next one. So that's why, like, anyone that's like getting in this space, like you just also just have to really, really love it, because if you don't, like, you know,
no, you do, because it's so easy to give up. It's so easy if you don't love it. I'm saying, if you do love it, it's really hard.
Yeah,
because you get that itch.
It's
at least
impossible.
me.
Yeah,
I get that itch where I'm like, I got to do it. Like, I can't. I remember I told you this. Like a football Sunday. Like, I'm gonna have like, it's like a drug. Like, I'm gonna be like, when I'm older, like, it's gonna be bad. Like, I'm like nervous to see what I'm gonna be like when I'm like 30. And like, I'm gonna be like scratching my arm when there's like a play and I can't do it. You know what I mean? If I don't do anything, but it really is. You have to treat it as like, I don't want to say it, but like almost like a drug, like because it is, because that's the only way you get rewarded, which is kind of crazy to say, but it's true. Because if you don't stay consistent, then there's another guy coming. There's always another guy. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I didn't. That was a bad kind of comp. But
no, you're right. You're right. Yeah, and then also another thing is that like, okay, so like, you know, I keep saying professional athletes, but it's just easier to
yeah, it is.
comp,
I know it's like I said, it's crazy to say, but it is very easy. Like,
that's what I'm saying, because that's another thing.
Wise.
People don't understand how close they are.
No.
But I mean, I'm gonna just keep saying it because like once you really realize it,
it's easy. Yeah,
it's really similar.
I know what you mean, yeah.
But like, let's say like, yeah, professional athlete, like they have rivals, you know, maybe like a certain player, or they have like a certain team, you know, like Ravens, Steelers, something like that.
Yeah.
But like, as a content creator, like you're not really like competing really against anyone.
No.
You know, that's why like me and you, like we could both work together, or we can both just do our separate content. And it's not like we're not in like the same space. You know, like LeBron and Kobe, like there's only one championship.
Well, yeah, you're right, correct.
But like for us, like, you know, there's really no championship.
There's no championship, yeah.
So like, how do you like deal with that? Because obviously, you know, everyone compares themselves to the next person.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with that?
Well, I saw a quote when I was when I first started, I think it was comparison's the thief of joy, which is very true. And I catch myself comparing myself sometimes, which is weird to say now because I used to do it a lot when I was younger. Like when I first started and I had like 100 followers, whatever, and I would see these guys, I'm like, God, like like how are they even doing this? Like I would literally think to myself, but eventually once you start doing it and you kind of just like lock in on, like I said, the work and just keep doing it over and over again, you kind of like distance yourself from that because you're so focused on you that you don't even think about other people. And then once you get to like when you're doing it for 3, 4, 5 years, then it's not even like, then it's like, it's really me versus me because I already made myself a name, or I'm already getting myself out there. And I'm not the guy that has 50 or followers. And I'm like, how can I be like these guys? I'm already, well, follower count wise, I'm ahead of them, but not saying I'm better than them. I'm saying like follower wise, like but when I was younger, that's what I would do. I would look at them like how they get like 5,000 followers. Like, how do you do that? But I still catch myself sometimes comparing myself, and I try to stop myself because it's so bad. It's so bad. Like it's probably the number one thing I would tell someone not to do because it will get you in such a bad headspace, and it would make you in such a bad creative headspace, and it just overall affects your work, and it doesn't get you anywhere. It's not a positive. It's just a bad thing to do. So I would say don't do that. It's hard not to though. I 100% agree. I mean, but I would definitely try to stay away from that and just try to work on you versus you and just trying to get better every day and being accountable, because some people just like make a video and it's not a good video. And then they're like, oh, the algorithm hates me. It's like, oh, and then like, dude, like, but you'll watch it in a year and be like, oh my God, that video was terrible. Like, why'd I even say that?
Yeah.
So like the two things I would say would be don't compare yourself and then take accountability with everything, even good videos. Like, why did that video do well? Why do you like that video so much? What did well about that video? And then with a bad video, like, well, why did that video do so bad? Well, let me not blame the people following me or the algorithm. Let me blame myself and see what I could do better. Even if it wasn't your fault, it's still better than just to yell into the void and be like, oh, this algorithm sucks.
Yeah.
It doesn't help anyone.
Yeah.
So I would really look at yourself in the mirror and be like, all right, let me lock in. Let me see what's wrong. Let me see what I'm doing right. And let me go from there.
That's totally true. And like for me, like I'll say like, so like I got back, graduated college May. And then when I got back, I was finally able to just do videos, which I loved. And then I started doing like having really, really good videos. Like I had like a Dion baseball vid that did really well, and had like a Washington Redskin interview that did really well. And I had a couple videos. I remember that, actually, yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, it was really, really good. Yeah. In this shirt, shameless plug. You can get yours if you want.
Oh, I have mine coming actually.
Let's go.
I forgot about that. I wonder when it's coming. It should be coming soon. I ordered last week, so.
See, we already got orders.
Unless you're slacking.
You gotta
should be coming.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm not. We got you. Joking. But yeah. So yeah, they were doing well in May. And then June, they hit, and like they were like I call them like dribblers. Like when they don't even get out. Like I'm talking about, like I wake up in the morning and it's like 1,000 views, 2,000 views, and I'm like thinking in my mind, like, how the heck is that happening? Like, you know, I have 300K like followers and stuff. That should not be happening. It's the algorithm. But then I forgot what happened, but I technically took like a little break. I think it was to focus on long form, because where I'm at right now, like, and because it happened in school, like I would try to like do a short form video and a long form video same day, but my long form videos, like my speed on it isn't as fast, so I need to like spend like the whole day or my whole space just working on it. So I basically did that, and then I kind of was just like, because I remember you saying like about the algorithm thing, like you should never blame it on the algorithm, and
Yeah.
that's what I realized in that break I was kind of doing that. So then I started like watching it, and I was like, it really is just like the hook, you know, no one's really
Yeah.
watching it. And I started looking at all these little things that I was like, okay, I can make that better, I can make that better.
Yep.
July came like right after my birthday, June 29th, 2003. But yeah, and then
Quick shout out. Birthday shout out.
quick birthday
Belated.
shout out. Yeah, a little belated shout out, 22 years old. But yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
No.
Yeah. But I started realizing like I can add this, add that. And then little did I know the videos they started doing better, doing better. And then I was so focused on like just blocking out the noise of like because I still had some videos that did bad. Like I had a video
Yeah,
that
no,
got,
you're gonna have, like I said, you're gonna have that happen.
yeah, and then but I was like, you know,
Name of the game.
yeah, exactly. But I was just like, block out the noise. I'm only gonna use like the good energy. So if the video does good, I'll use that as excitement to make the next one.
Momentum.
But yeah, momentum. And I just always focus on the next one. Like like people also don't know like for like really maybe not like a couple months now, like 6-7 months.
Oh, that's crazy. 6.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy.
Well, about like 6-7 months. Yeah, like yeah, I did it again. YouTube, like my YouTube shorts, like they've been capping at 30K like crazy. And like I kind of just like kind of got used to it and just, you know, just got complacent, and I'm still pissed like about it. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
But then I was like, you know, like something happened around like June, instead of like blaming it, it's the algorithm. I was like, let me focus on. So I remember looking up on chat GPT and or whatever. But yeah, trying to figure out like what I can do better and stuff like that and how to fix it. And I started because the problem was a little bit of the algorithm, but it's also what I can do. So I just started posting, and then boom, I had a video, Michael Jackson video that hit over 300,000 views.
Yeah.
Had a Lamar Jackson video, was actually a repost.
I remember
but
that.
yeah, it had like
5.
yeah, it had like 9,000.
Was that the one? The idea I gave you? Basically?
Yeah.
Well, you're welcome. It wasn't really my idea, but
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, man. But yeah, so then it's really just like at the end of the day, I started realizing, and that's the thing that kind of sucked because that's the thing I hate about I don't hate about it, but like these type of trips and stuff is that I can't really edit or make videos. So I lost, I legit lost momentum. But I started realizing it's just like you can always get better every single time, you know, and just keep working. And then also another thing I just realized about you talking about like it's like a drug and stuff like that. Like I have a problem where like if I start a video, I must finish it no matter what. Yeah. So it actually got we actually got in a problem because I had this like Brady hate video. If you guys don't know, in the early 2010s, I was like a prime Brady hater. Like I was like, this kid, I was like, this guy is winning too much. Like he's not even that good, whatever. But so like, you know, everyone's like not glazing, but like people just forget like how like this, not like just like not the bad, I won't say bad moments, but just they just think that Brady is like God or something.
Well, because
like
he did have a lot of good moments.
Yes, he had a lot of good moments.
I know what you mean. Yeah. It's
And
like the same thing with Jordan.
Yeah.
Even though Jordan had a lot of good moments.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. But like people forget that like he actually like lost games sometimes.
Yeah. Everyone knows it,
yeah. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a video like before I leave this trip. I gotta make a video of when he lost. Had his one of the worst games. Had 4 turnovers against the Ravens.
Yeah,
2009.
they got blown out that
game. AFC wild card.
Yep.
So
then the Ravens got blown out versus the Colts the next game.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, so that's a ball knower though. But
I just remember.
This was like earlier this week. You know, we're about to fly to Baltimore, and I was like, you know, let me see if I can finish it real quick because it's not a hard video. But I was like, let me see if I can finish it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I didn't finish it, so I was like, so let me try to do it on the plane. The charger wasn't working, and then the guy next to me is like, his legs are like spread outside. I had no room. I'm like, bruh. So I was like, okay. And then our game, we were gonna go to the Orioles game that night, and it was at 7. And I was like, you know, I really want to go to the game, but I was like, this video, bro, it's calling me. It's like Goblin, bro. Like, you know, like
the mask.
Yeah, the mask, bro. I was like, I gotta finish it. So I was literally I was doing it, and I went to the game late, and I went. But another thing like that happened again in Paris as well. But like, I just get too locked in, and then that's the thing. Also, a little sucks because like people don't understand that. So it's like that's another thing where I'm like trying to get to this part where I can really just be on my own, so I don't have to deal with that stuff. That's why I loved college and my dorm because I didn't have to deal with that. But
yeah, no, I mean, and to go off what you were saying, like like it is tough because I keep having to remind myself, like how you're saying, like I had a bad June or like bad July. You're gonna have bad months, especially what we're doing because we're working in football and it's like nothing's going on in June. So like it's basically. That's literally the dog days of summer. Like the definition of dog days of summer. There's no free agency moves besides the Jalen Ramsey, which was obviously like that doesn't happen every year.
Yeah.
But June, July are dead months. So like obviously our views are gonna get decreased, or like certain things are gonna be decreased. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it messes with your head a little bit because you're like, damn. But then you're like, dude, it's July. Like it's July. Like
Yeah.
it's fine. But then September rolls around and you forget that that happened in July, and you're just so used to like pumping out content. You know what I'm saying? That you forget all the talks you had in July, and then the next July comes around and you just do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
And then also to branch off what you're talking about with like your view count or whatever, and what you do, and I think I told you this too, it's harder for you, in my opinion, because the algorithm rewards consistency with what you do, and you do so much different things that they don't know what to push. So they're
Yeah.
just, you know what I'm saying? Like they're like, oh, he made this video. Oh, but then there's a street interview. Oh, and then there's they're like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah.
Whereas me, I've been doing the same thing for like 4 years. Like the same, like I've been feeding the algorithm they're probably like feeling good because I've been feeding them everything I've got basically for the last 4 years, because that's just how I've been. That's just my mind. That's why it's so hard. Like with long form, like I don't even have a like system where like they don't even know what I'm posting for long form. Like they don't know what would my subs want to see, what do other people want to see, is my videos even good, because I've only made like 10 15 long form videos, but I've made 1,000 shorts or however long, I don't know how much it is,
Yeah.
but
Probably 1,000.
but something like that. Yeah, so like I would say like three things. Like off season, it's tougher, definitely mentally too, for me at least. And then for like content wise, and like why certain things aren't getting pushed, is because like, well, the algorithm doesn't know what you do, and like sometimes you think you know, but then it's not even on par with the you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'll have that with TikTok, where I'll make a video and like it won't do good at all. I'm like, man, damn, maybe either it wasn't a good video, or like maybe that's not what like my followers are used to. I don't know. Like it's so weird. Sometimes I still get in that mode where I'm like, damn, did I even do the right video? But yeah, but it's tough. I mean, and that's why I try to tell when I see people like what should I do? I get no views, and then I check their page and it's like 5 videos. It's like, dude, what? Like like I know like it's tough. Like trust me. But yeah, I mean, I was the same boat. Like I was the same way. Like when I started on Instagram, that was my first account really that I started on. Like I would get like 50 likes, like a mix or an edit for like 2 years. Like it was, and I just kept doing it.
Yeah.
And then eventually, obviously, I got out of it because that's how you learn. I was getting better while doing it, but I was still getting only 50 likes, but I was still getting better, and I was meeting people, and I was learning, and I was working on videos, and I was looking at videos and watching videos and trying to learn as much as I could. And like you said, if you have passion for it and you really love it, you're going to fight through those struggles. And it helps in the long run, because now when it's July and I'm like, damn, that video didn't do that good, I could be like, well, it could be worse. Like 5 years ago, I didn't have any of this. You know what I mean? So like, I already went through those struggles where now like little bumps in the road aren't that bad. They're not big bumps. They're just little bumps. So like when August comes around, I'm back locked in the season and it's business as usual. You know what I mean?
Man, yeah, that is so motivating because I just now realized it. Like, in terms of it, I think it just comes down to like whatever content you're making, like you just have to have like a big catalog for it, because
Yeah.
so like these social media like sites, they know like what to push. And like,
Mhm.
because TikTok is lucky, because TikTok, like, it's all about pushing your videos to a certain audiences.
Yeah.
Like I know people say like sometimes like they'll follow a creator and they'll never see him again.
It's
'Cause it's all
really
about
annoying,
like
you're
what,
right,
yeah,
yeah.
it's all about like what you like and stuff.
Well, not to cut you off, but that's another thing that kind of bugs me when people are like, the algorithm hates me. They're not pushing my videos. Well, no, they want to push your videos. The whole goal is to keep the dude on the app that's watching your videos. That's the whole
Mhm.
goal. So theoretically, if they're not watching your videos probably suck. I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm just saying that happens to me too. Like my
Yeah.
video probably sucked. Like it's
Yeah.
not like I'm not like dissing anyone. Like that's usually how it goes. Like I think Mr. Beast said it too. Like when he was first started, like he would be mad at the algorithm, but his videos sucked. Like it's just like it's how it goes. Like you have to at least make like, if you're making shorts, like in my opinion, I don't know about you, but like for me, it has to be like at least 100 shorts, at least to see
Yeah.
what you're at. Like
On the same topic as well.
yeah, literally, you can't make a short about water polo and then the next short is about reviewing a pizza. Like
Yeah.
it just doesn't work like that. You need to
Yeah.
be consistently steady on the topic. If it's football, if it's basketball, if it's you playing video games, if it's you reviewing pizza, if it's you swimming, if it's you going to water parks, you can't just. Not everyone's Ryan Trahan, where you can just go to a water park. You know what I mean? Or not everyone's Mr. Beast, but Mr. Beast has been doing this for 10 years. So it's like not everyone's current Mr. Beast, I would say. You can be beginning where you just start out and you have to find yourself. But yeah, I get sometimes not annoyed, but I just get like, I feel bad because like you shouldn't blame the algorithm not that early into your like career of like creating content. Like you can't be 5 videos in and be like the algorithm sucks. It just doesn't work like that.
Yeah, and the reason why it's so motivating for me is because I just realized, like, because a lot of people don't know, like, I don't also just do NFL shorts. Like I'll do like shorts where I'm talking on camera. I'll do interviews like this, and I do all 4 sports now. We do baseball interviews, maybe like baseball historic stuff, storytelling, IRL sports and everything. Now we're doing like soccer, women's soccer as well, soccer.
And that's what I mean. You're like basically starting over in a way.
Exactly.
So like you can't get discouraged. It's like, it's hard not to. Obviously, I've been there. I'm still there, but you can't. You cannot get discouraged because you're creating a whole new, like you said, catalog.
Yeah, that's what I literally just realized. So like now, it's just motivating now because now I just literally just have to create. It's motivating to create a catalog, you know, because I have some soccer videos that we made with this girl named Zoe Matthews. She's like one of the youngest like soccer players for the Houston Dash. It was like the kind of like MLS equivalent for women's.
Okay.
I realized that like now, like, you know, I have to make like a lot of videos from that. Like I just have to make a catalog, you know, and then make a base. So the only thing is that like I don't know like how much because you know I like to do everything and sometimes, but I don't know how much I'm gonna do of certain content. So, like for example, like cheerleading stuff. Like we're planning to do a lot of cheerleading like this fall, but like, you know, I made a cheerleading video like maybe like March and December, and I got a lot of followers. But then like I'm not gonna be doing that all the time.
What I mean, and then they're thinking like, oh, this dude's gonna do cheerleading content, and it's like, what? Where's the cheerleading content?
Exactly.
And then the algorithm's like, well, wait a minute, hold up. Like my goal is to keep you on the app. They're not getting what they want. I'm not gonna push this dude because he's not. You know what I mean?
I think that's why Instagram is just so weird. Like, for me and like also a lot of people, like people just like unfollow so fast on that. Like, I don't get it. Like TikTok, no, because like you know if you don't like a certain like let's say like you follow me for NFL stuff and I suddenly post NBA, but you don't like NBA, you're not gonna see my videos. So you're not really gonna remember.
Yeah, you like forget. Especially it depends on how much people you follow, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah, but like Instagram, I think is especially with the feed how it is like if you literally just see people that you follow. You know? I mean, a little bit. If you go through the reels, like you'll see stuff that you don't see. But like, so I think that's why, like, you know,
Instagram is very weird.
Yeah, like you see someone like so. If I'm making, you know, same thing. If you follow me for NFL stuff and I post NBA and you're like, wait, I don't like the NBA, and you're gonna unfollow like that. So I think that's why. But like, that's why I just try not to get. First off, like it's my biggest pet peeve, like to lose followers because it's just so stupid to me. But like, I also have to realize that like, it's a bigger. There's a bigger game to play, you know. You're just it's really just being consistent. And then now I have this thing. You just gave me some fuel. It's really just that catalog, you know. So I might not sleep for the next 3 months. You never know. So yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, I got you. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, yes sir, man, yes sir. So another thing I want to know is like I think like your life is pretty consistent in terms of like you know what you're gonna do every single day.
Correct.
So like, how did you set that up for yourself? Like, cause like my thing is like when I was in college, I knew every single day like I was on my own. I was independent. So I didn't have to deal with like certain life events or like, hey, go take the dog out and stuff like that. So like, how do you deal with that?
Well, I've always been a very independent person, like for as long as I can remember. Like I've always been like, I'm not too much into the like I don't like I have almost like a social battery. Like I can't be with people too much, like because I have to be myself majority of the time because that's when I'm me. Like I could relax, I'm fine, and I've always been like that. I remember it's funny, like I remember when I was younger, like I would have like my friends over or something, and I remember one time I had a friend over, and I was so drained I had to fake go to the bathroom, and I just sat in the bathroom because I was so like I was just like I need to take a break. Like I was just like this is crazy. I was like probably like 7.
Dang.
Which is crazy, I guess, now looking back at it. But not like to answer your question, like I've always been on my own. So I've always been like structured like that, where like it's always just me. Like I'm always with me. It's almost like I tell my friends like as a joke, like I feel like I have another person in my head, which is kind of weird to say that out loud. But I do. Like I talk to like I basically have that conversation. Like so it's like I'm kind of going crazy. but it's true. So like when I dropped out of college, like I didn't have that fear of like, oh, I got to make like a schedule because like I already. It's almost like I actually have to make a schedule on pulling back working so hard, like because I work so much. But I still have like the bare minimum. Like I still take care of myself physically. Like I'm not just sitting at my desk from you know what I mean. Like I don't go to bed 2 a.m. Like I try to get a good night's sleep. I try to go to bed at 12, wake up at 8. Like I still try to do stuff where I'm not just because most people like. I don't have a boss. Like I could get up whenever I want to if I want to. I don't go to school. I don't have homework. I don't have, you know what I mean? I don't have to read. I don't have to like write.
Yeah.
I do it because I'm trying to get better at certain things. So like, yeah, I read. Yeah, I write, which is ironic because I read more now than I was when I was in school. I write now way more than I was in school. And I probably work out more now while I'm outside of my sports I used to play, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So I keep that consistent and eating consistent and like once you start doing things in life consistently, it will carry over to everything else. Like everything else starts to become consistent, if that makes sense. So like editing will become consistent. Like even if I start streaming, if I continue streaming, like streaming will become consistent. If whether I like it or not, just how my body works. If I want to do that, obviously it has to depend if I want to keep streaming. So yeah, to answer your question, like I've always been a consistent person, luckily. It's a blessing and a curse, obviously, in certain situations. But uh, but yeah, I have a structure basically every day. I know what I'm gonna do when I wake up. I don't like getting curveballs. I don't like not knowing. I actually get like flustered almost, and I get like annoyed. And that's when I'm like my worst, where I'm like, oh damn, like I get in my own head when that happens. But when I know what I'm the best days are when I finish a run or finish a workout. I get an idea on the workout. I know it's gonna bang. I know I just have to edit it. It's the best feeling ever. Now, the worst feeling ever is getting that idea, making the video, and it flopping. It's the worst feeling ever.
Yeah.
And it usually does happen. Like I've noticed like when you get the most excited about a video, it usually flops.
Yes.
There's only times where it's like certain videos that do well, but to go back to my point, like that is like the best feeling, and that's structured. Like I know what's gonna happen. I do my workout, then I edit, then I work on this, that, and then nighttime I watch a movie or relax or whatever and go to bed. Like I just know I have to do what I have to do. And it's worked for me since I dropped out basically, and I've been continuing doing it because it's such an easy system to follow.
That's exactly like where like I'm trying to strive in life, you know, because like I remember like I had when I was like closing like the days like to graduating, I knew that like and my home is 100% very very consistent. Like I love it, you know, but I kind of knew like it felt like I was like the Cavs. I'm going back to Oracle. Like it's gonna be like there's gonna be all this external factors.
No,
There's little things like you know, I have to feed the
I have
dog.
4
or
dogs,
stuff
so
like
yeah,
that.
I know the
4 dogs?
distractions.
Dang, bro.
I know the distractions.
Yeah. So like my thing also is like what do you do like with those external factors? Because I know like a lot of people watching like their lives might not be that consistent.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So like if like Mama Berges said like, hey, you like can you go take out the trash or like I need help fixing my car today and you know it's gonna be like 3-4 hours. Like how do you deal with that?
Okay.
You,
I'm pretty chill. Like I'm not like that bad. It's not that bad. I over
Mom, I need to edit.
No,
Like,
I'm not like that. See, like because like I said, I've also built like where like I'll probably have a video already ready for that day, and like I won't stress that much. And realistically, it's only like a video. If I miss a day, it's not that big of a deal, even though I don't really miss days. But it's not too bad of a deal. And luckily, there hasn't been anything crazy where I'm like, oh, I can't edit for 5 days straight. Like you know what I mean? Like I'll always have my laptop on me, even on vacation. I'll tell myself like I went on vacation this spring, and I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna edit.
You went on vacation?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I'm like, I'm not gonna edit. I made edits to not edit. I had a week ready, and I still made edits.
So you just posted it or what?
Like, no, what I'm saying, like I would like so the week before I went, I made it a whole week of edits for the next week. And while I was in like where I was at, I was like, all right, the goal is not to edit. I want to take a break. And I still would wake up every day and edit. Even when I told myself I wouldn't, I would still find myself sitting at a table editing. Because I just like it's so a part of me where I'm like, it's almost like my daily routine. Like I just have to do something.
So
it's weird. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know. It's just like, so what I'm saying is like, I made 10 edits the week before I left.
Yeah.
I had them scheduled for YouTube. So they're all scheduled.
Yeah.
They just go out at 6 p.m. or whatever at night. And while I was there, I would still catch myself editing and still making edits, and I just double post. I would just have 2 videos a day.
So you would like post like you would work on it at night and post it that same day, like while you're on vacation.
Yeah, basically.
Man, that's
but like I said, I didn't want to. The goal was not to. It just happened. I just get an idea, and I'm like, well, I got an idea. I can't not do it. Like I have to do it. It's just like how it goes.
Yeah. That's why like I kind of like I use like my stories like for where we're like when I'm like not when I can't edit like now like I use like stories as like posting and stuff. But man, that's insane. Yeah, that you know that schedule thing is interesting because I'm gonna be like I'm doing like another like retreat as well, like a little Catholic retreat where I won't be able to post as well.
Yes, yeah, I've never had that like in the last 5 years.
Yeah, and I'm like,
so I can't relate in that way.
I know, and like in terms of like the non-consistency and stuff, like it's low-key tough for me. I'm going through like a gauntlet right now
because
because
the problem. Like the apps reward consistency.
Yeah,
it's basically they like that's your boss,
especially
is
Instagram.
Consistency. Like you know what I mean? Like they like that's and it's crazy because it's like a weird thing where like you could be consistent and still videos don't do anything. Like it just but you have to be consistent. It's like not really a choice. Not everyone is like the dude that uploads only once in 6 months and goes crazy. Like that's just such a rare thing. Like you know what I mean? So it's tough, but it's just the name of the game.
Yeah, like That's also why I hated. No, I didn't hate school, but that's why I hated school at sometimes because like I'll go on like a crazy run and then essay or something like I'll
Yeah.
literally would just have to do that, and then it was just like it's like when I take like those 3-4 day breaks, it's like like starting a car, and
Yep.
it's like I'm a new person too, so it's like hard to do. But I think I'm gonna like do that scheduled post as well, like when I'm at these different places, and then yeah, like that's insane. Yeah, because it's really just like that like consistency of like an environment like that
Yeah.
I try to get. But then
Yeah.
also another thing that I kind of switched up really this month is because like like preparing for this trip and stuff, like you have to go to these different places or like there were certain things where like I would have to go do and stuff. But like I was just like kind of realized I was like, I started having a positive mindset. I was like, I kind of like the challenge, because like for me, like, like my see like my lock screens and stuff, like it's kind of like the mode I gotta be in. So like right now I have like I have like 2010 LeBron, right?
tough.
Yeah. So like the reason why I have it and on the other lock screen it's 2018 Giannis, 2019 Giannis, with his first MVP, where it's like I really just have to be I have to be sometimes it's like I just have to be Superman. I just have to be
Yeah,
like
I know what you mean.
above because like I was supposed to go to I knew so I had the long form video that I had where it was like a 4 times they needed 1 yard.
Oh, the Seahawks one?
Yeah, the Patriots Seahawks one.
Yep.
But I was supposed to be done doing that in like a week, but I had to go to Dallas. So that I kind of started like Saturday, but I had to go to Dallas by on Thursday. So I was like, oh shoot, I'm gonna have to, and I was like kind of mapping out what I have to do. I was like, all right, I'm really just gonna have to just really lock in. Then I ended up having like on that Wednesday, so the day before, like I had to fix like my car tires, and then I also had to like clean my car as well. That's like a good 3-4 hours,
no,
right?
it's a lot,
So I was like, dang, I'm really gonna have to lock in and just have to be great, like, and I was thinking in my mind, I like a challenge. So, I woke up early, finished like, so I had it like games, like, so you have 2012, 2014, 2016, 2020, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, I have to get I was like, I have to wrap up 2014. I gotta get 2016, and then I'll do the car stuff, and then after I come back 2020,
Yeah.
and I was doing it, and then I was able to do it. I was able to finish it around like, oh my gosh, around like 6-7, right? It's actually like 6-7. So I finished around like 6-7, but I was like, yeah, like I was really happy. I was like, dang, I didn't even know I had that in me,
Yeah.
and it was literally just a mindset thing, like, I feel like I can do anything, I think I can do it. I'm him. I'm like that chosen one. So I was like, let me do it, and I was able to finish it. So it's really just like those type of external factors or those type of things. That's like, you just take it as a challenge, And the great thing is that like it was just fixing a car thing, it wasn't like a death in a family or something
wasn't
like crazy.
crazy.
So like that's another thing why it's like you might as well try it, you know. And at the end of the day, if I didn't get it,
Yeah, I agree with that.
figure it out. So
For sure.
yeah, and that's crazy. And then so speaking of that, like how is like the Berg social life? Like, does that ever like imply if impact what you got?
To go back to that, I mean, there's always gonna be sacrifices. Like, and I got this also from Kobe, which is crazy. Like, and I didn't even mean to. It just happened. Like, I remember he said something where like everyone wants rings, but everyone also has obligations. And then he was like, he's not gonna have an obligation. Like you know what I mean? So I took that to heart in a way where like, well, I know if this dude is going out on Friday and that's going to affect his wake up time. That's going to affect him editing the next day. And I know it sounds crazy because it's like, Bird, it's not that serious, but like to me it is. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I can't control how my brain works. It just is serious to me like that. And that's kind of how, like, I was like, well, okay, well, I sat down one day and I was like, well, if I'm gonna have to take a sacrifice, what sacrifice do I want to take? And I was like, well, it might be my social life because I'm pretty busy on weekends during football season. I'm always busy on weekends. And this like job we do is so rewarding to consistency where I'm like, well, it's looking like the sacrifice is probably gonna be social life because it's not gonna be my physical health because I don't want to feel miserable. I don't want to look like, you know what I mean? I want to be like alive. Like I'm not trying to be like a slug. So I was like, well, okay, let me lock into my physical. And then I was like, all right, let me lock into my mental. And I was like, well, that kind of leaves social where it's like that might fall off the wagon a little bit. Now, granted, I still obviously hang out with friends. Like I still talking to you. Like, you know what I mean? If I was antisocial, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. But and I still like, I guess streaming kind of helps with that. I know that sounds a little insane, but it's like you're still talking to chat in a way. So it helps a little bit. But yeah, I definitely would say my social life has definitely affected since I've taken this job. I've declined to go places, declined to go to like events or like it was a Sunday and it's week 7. Like, I'm sorry, brother, I'm home. Like I can't go. Like that's my job. I can't go. I literally cannot go. And like I said, I made the bed. So like I can't be like mad at like the game. Like I made this game. Like I didn't have to do this. Like so like I don't I'm not mad at myself, but sometimes I'm like, damn, maybe I like should I even do like you know what I mean? Like I get almost second guess myself. Especially in the off season because it's like so weird because it's so like I said, there's no Sunday to look forward to. But but I just keep reminding myself like I made my bed. Um I love what I do. I would never trade anything I'm doing right now for anything. Like literally, I think I have the perfect job. And it's gonna end eventually. Like I don't know when, but everything ends eventually. So I try to soak it in as much as possible. And yeah, to answer your question, like yeah, my social life takes a hit, but it's not too bad. Where like obviously I still see family. I'm not like missing like birthday parties. Like if I gotta go to a birthday party for my cousin, like I'm going to my birthday party.
Yeah.
Like it's not like or if I go to my like grandma's like on a Sunday, like I'll still go. I'll just bring my laptop and it'll be a little tougher, but I'll make it do. Like you said, like we have challenges. Just can you overcome them? Like it's and our challenges are not even that big challenge. Some challenges are like people can't find food. Like it could be worse.
Exactly.
So like I just suck it up. I'm like all right, whatever. But yeah, like I said, to answer your question, it takes a little bit of a hit, but it's not crazy. Like it just I'm not like a party animal. I'm not like out every day, like every night. Like I got a job to do.
Yeah.
Like it's just how it goes.
And I feel like you agree to that. Like, I don't think, like, for at least for me, like, I never really thought it was like a sacrifice. Like, I just,
No,
it's
yeah,
just
me
kind of
either.
like what you do,
It's
you
just
know?
life. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's literally
it's
just
not really
life.
like, yeah, I wouldn't even, it's actually, that's why I picked it probably.
Yeah.
Because it's not really a sacrifice. Like,
Yeah.
I've always been, like I said, an independent person. I've always been kind of like, not even an introvert. Like, just like, if I'm around someone I know, I won't be an introvert. Like me and you right now. Like, I'm not an introvert. But like,
Yeah.
if I was just like chilling in the parking lot or like a public area, like, I'll probably be like a little introvert. I'm not going to be yelling like to like somebody, like, I'll just be chilling. Like,
Yeah.
but like, so like, it's not really hard to get used to. So yeah, like I said, I guess it's not really a sacrifice, but it's definitely something that I took that I knew was going to take a hit.
That's very interesting. Yeah. Cause for me, like, I'm pretty sociable. Like, I like doing things like with people. Nope. I think it's a camera turned on.
And scene.
Yeah. Yeah. So the thing is for me though, like my social life, like I'm a pretty social person, you know, like I like talking with a lot of people, talk about really anything. But the thing is about like for me, like in college is like some reason like I struggle like to really like make like real friends. So like in turn, like it helped me really lock in like for content and everything. So like
You just got me an idea.
yeah,
Memory.
trying to remember where I was going for that.
I could help you real quick.
Yeah.
I got lucky. Ironically, I don't even know if you call this a blessing. Well, it was not a blessing for certain, obviously, the life. But when COVID hit, that was I was a freshman in college, and that really got me like locked in on like what I was doing. Because that was when I first started doing it was 2019. I was just getting into it. I always wanted to create. I think I told the story in the last pod, but like how I started creating and how I saw that one Instagram video. I was like, I was naive enough to think I could do it, so I was like, might as well do it. And then I started doing it, and then COVID hit, and then we had April till like the end of the year in 2020, just in our rooms, like you know what I mean. So it helped me, and I know for like streamers and Twitch and stuff like that exploded, like streamers, like career wise, like I mean that was crazy for them too. And then for me, like that just got me into a mode of like really like creating every day, and that actually probably where my structure came from, and my consistency and my routine, because I was so used to getting up and editing because it was just the only thing you could do. You couldn't go anywhere. So like that really helped. Ironically, because it was such a bad thing. Obviously, I wish COVID never happened. But if COVID never happened, I don't know if I would be here right now, which is crazy to say, but it's the truth.
Yeah, yeah. It's insane. Like it's insane like how much like you kind of have to like lock in really also like to be great as well. And then like the thing also is that like you really have to surround yourself with like people that are also trying to be great as well, because like a lot of people don't really know is that like even just you talking to people and stuff, like no matter what, like every single interaction, everything has an effect on you.
Yeah.
So it's not sometimes you want to be purposeful and like say like, okay, not like I'm not gonna talk to you today, you know, but not
Yeah.
like that, but like you really just want to as much as you can surround yourself
Like the energy
with,
around you. Yeah.
yeah. That's why like I really like talking with you and stuff like every day, you know, because you know like it's like, you know, it just helps you like lock in. It helps you like it inspires you. That's also another thing why I like watching TikTok reposts. That's why I like watching all these like, you know, these highlight videos from like 2010s and stuff, because it just really it literally says like to me like I want to elevate.
It gets the juices going. Like
It gets the juices
just keep
going.
Yeah, it literally gets your
Yeah.
brain going.
Yeah, that's why like also like it just when I'm talking to people, like I'm talking to my brother or I'm talking to some of my friends, it's like I feel like I'm talking like a broken record, where it's like so I'm talking about like just trying to be great, you know, consistent
Yeah, I know
greatness
what
and
you
stuff
mean.
like
I know
that.
what you mean.
But that's why like I like it, because you know also the athletes think that way, you know. That's why like you know like people think like I'm like a LeBron Glazer or whatever, but it's not really that. Like it's really just like I really respect like his mindset, you know, like in terms of trying to be great. And I'm like I resonate with that.
Yeah.
So, you know, and then in terms of friends, you know, sometimes like you need to make sure like you kind of separate that, which was like for me like it was low-key tough, like especially during college because you know because I'm really not like I go to parties. I don't go to parties or anything like that, but it's really like I like just these type of things, you know, talking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I really wasn't doing that too much. But then it really helped me like kind of define who I was and like just be comfortable with myself, and it really just helped me with everything, you know, because like I said, like so I was in England for like a month from October to November, and like I was really going everywhere and anywhere for myself. Like the top ballers interview I did with the soccer guy, like that was 100% myself. Like we went, like I took like 3 trains and like walked like 30 minutes to this field I've never been to in a foreign country, you know, and like you know it was like this, I had the setup here, like I did all the like the tripods and the thing. I'm literally like it was so crazy because I had a 24 to 70 lens and I had a 70 to 180 lens. So the 70 like had to be like 30 yards away in this soccer field, and I'm just like praying. Like luckily it was like yours where it's like you could see the red light. So I was so I was just praying that that the audio didn't cut out or anything like that, and I had nothing. No one else. No one else. But you know, it just helped me like lock in. You know, because I don't think if I had like people that weren't like really about it, like it wouldn't have helped.
I agree with that. 100%.
So so like in terms of that, like for you, like do you have any like for your friends, like do they like understand what you're doing?
Yeah, they know. I mean, we rarely talk like business, I guess. We just, if we talk, it's just like the random stuff, like sports or whatever, day-to-day basis, stuff like that. But yeah, we never, they were never like, they knew I think they knew like what I was doing from the jump. Cause it's pretty self-explanatory. Just making edits. Like really, like if you really like vlogs for short, you just make edits. Obviously it's not all we do, but it's like, it's an easy thing to throw out there, or you create on the internet. It's something to tell someone. But yeah, I would say, none of my friends do what I do. Like they're not in this space. But they definitely get it. But I'm like you where like, I don't really have, I bounce off ideas, I guess, to friends. I definitely do, actually. I take that back. When I first started, especially, I would send videos to them and like ask for their opinion and
really?
And see if they liked it. And if they liked it, then it's like, oh, it's reassuring. Like, okay, at least I'm not crazy. Like I like it, they like it. You know what I'm saying? As the years gone on, I've done that less. But if a really good video happens, like I'll send it to them, or a select few and see what they think. But yeah, I mean, they've never been like. What's the word, like they were like discouraging. Like it wasn't like I wasn't like, I'm gonna start this, like all right, like you know, it wasn't like they were like, cool, like it wasn't anything crazy. They were just on the next thing. I don't think I told them. I don't know how. They might have like naturally just found out. I don't remember. I don't really remember. But yeah. So to answer your question, like you were saying, like there's no. We don't really talk business. It's just regular friend stuff. But yeah.
Actually, Barack Obama actually said this. Like, you actually kind of have to be like, especially when you're trying to reach a certain level, you have to be kind of selfish a little bit.
Yeah,
like,
you do. No, you do.
Yeah, you're sort of like, you know, like what you want, you know, like not like you're, because like I think like for him, you know, like he was growing up, like when he was working, and then, you know, like the kids were young, you know, but he's trying to be the GOAT. He's trying to be the president of the USA.
It's not easy.
You know, so like he kind of has to like lock in.
What I'm saying. Yeah, it's hard.
And then
it sucks because you're missing out on certain things. You know what I mean? Like it's almost you selfish. That's the word. You feel selfish.
Yeah, I feel that a little bit too, because you know I like to care for everyone, but then you just kind of have to do that. You know, you just have to be selfish in order to be great.
And I hate preaching that, because it's like you would think it's not a good message to preach, but like if you want to be the best, like you have to be selfish. It's just like, and I want to be the best. Like I'm not doing this just to do it. Like my goal is to be the best at whatever I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Whatever it is, I want to be the best at it. That's what's driving me. So like, you kind of have to be selfish. As much as corny as it sounds, because all we're doing is making edits on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. But that's how I think. Like I can't just like turn that off. It's the same thing when I played sports. Like so it just carried over.
Yeah, exactly. Ashton Hall. But yeah, and then the second thing you said to talk about the memory, that's so interesting. So like for me, I have a crazy good memory.
Yeah,
like,
me too. I would say that too.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, we both. Yeah, we can remember everything.
Yeah.
I can remember. Like, I'm getting a little crazy. Where like, I bet you like you guys could put like a GIF right now or a picture. I literally can tell you just off the picture, nothing wrong.
Yeah.
I can tell you like what game, what week, what stadium that was, just off the picture, just straight ball knowledge. But like in terms of like remembering stuff, I can remember a lot like before college. I started at content 2021, like right before my freshman year. But like I'm telling you, like when I try to remember like memorable things during college, I can't really remember. Like okay, it's a little different because I'm at home, but like I don't know how like March 2025 was. Like I don't remember anything I was doing, but I can remember March 2018. Like I was playing soccer. I was a freshman.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I just
legit blacking out.
Yeah, like it's crazy. Like I was just finished the basketball season. I was playing soccer. I was on JV, and it was nice. But like I literally can't remember like March 2025. Like I was editing. Like
no, you're right. No,
it's just because the days are so monotonous. Like
well, now and time's flying too because we're doing the same thing over and over again. So time's going quicker.
That's
so you're right. So things, literally, because we're not having new experiences. So like, we're literally doing the same thing. So time's blending. So like 2023, I'm like, damn, that happened in 2023. I feel like I just did that.
Yes,
because I did just do that. Because I just did it. Like I just did it again. It's just a different day. Like, so like it's all blending together. Yeah. Like I sometimes forget the seasons in my head, like because I'm like, oh my god, I feel like I just did that, and I'm like, wait a minute, that was 3 years ago. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my god, like what's happening? Like I don't even know what. Like it's so weird. It's like really trippy, like in a way, because like you said, like everything's just one thing. Like there's no, like you know what I mean? But it's weird.
I literally cannot like sometimes differentiate between 2022 and 2023.
Yeah,
like
no, I agree 100%. I always get confused with those football seasons.
Yeah, and like I need that like for my brain. But luckily though, like I can. It's only just for my life. Like for NFL, NBA, just random events, I can differentiate because I think it's really, really important. That's why, like for me, I lose my mind when people like it's so annoying. Like I be seeing like these 2016 edits. I'm like, bro, that was July 4th, 2015. You cannot use that in the edit, stuff like that. Or like even for me, like when I'm making videos, like I'll use like the 2012 season, right? Like I could easily slip in a 2014 clip, 2016. But I'm like, no, that's not.
Because it wasn't from the season.
It's not from the season, so you can't use it. So like. That's another thing I actually want to tap on. Like I hate like it's really glazed, like but just like the talk about like 2016 in general, but like just like NFL and stuff because it literally was the worst time in the NFL. Like 2016 was literally when the ratings were where the ratings were literally the worst since 1984, and that's 1984. The whole NFL like almost closed. See, like, you can literally look it up. I don't want to say the game because people are gonna clip it, but actually, you know what? I'm gonna make a video of that.
What's the game?
Okay, I'm gonna blur this out, but it was yeah, and then and this is where the memory comes in. Like I remember like there was a clip talking about like from 2016 about like why the ratings are down at the NFL, no fun league and all that, but no one remembers that. Everyone just thinks, all these clips and stuff.
I guess they ended on a bang though. Wasn't that the Super Bowl with?
They see all and oh my gosh, there's another thing I got to talk about. The reason, I'm actually like ranting, like, but like. It's like another thing is that like why people like feel certain ways about certain characters and certain players is really just like the amount of media like is for a player. So like
I agree with that.
So everyone thinks that like 2018 LeBron is the greatest, right? Main reasons, a lot of those people did not watch 2018 LeBron. The only reason is because if you look on YouTube and you're trying to edit, what are the best clips for it? 2018 LeBron. You're not if you want to try to get 2013 LeBron, it's really, really hard. You can't get 2007 LeBron. So it's just
you're right.
That's why like I see all that stuff and I'm just like, these guys have no idea. So like that's why like I see all these videos and there's no like shade to any of these like edits or anything. Like I like the 2015, 14, 16, not 2014, like 2015, 16, 17. I like those seasons. But like I don't see any videos from like the early 2010s. Like that's another thing. Sorry, I meant like so you'll see like a 2010s mix. You don't see anyone. I don't see Wes Welker. I don't see Mark Sanchez the first person that popped up. But you don't see I don't know, or all these Deshaun Jackson, all these early 2010s players because there's no clips about it. So then like
I agree with that.
So that's another thing. Yeah. So it's just that's also why I like my stuff because I do a lot of historical stuff.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I love like that too. I'm always trying to just let people know. So like that Brady video, I was like, man, I can't wait for this because people don't remember that.
That's true. People don't. A lot of people were like alive, probably your followers.
Yeah, bro.
You're right.
Exactly. Like even when you're talking about the Earl Campbell thing and nobody knew.
Yeah, it's like I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean to be fair, it's not like a bad thing at all because at the end of the day, like that's how humans are. Like as time goes on, like it's just how nostalgia works. As time goes on, you forget like the old stuff, and then the stuff that you do remember, it turns into good stuff. Yeah. So it's easier to remember 2015 than easier to remember 2010.
It just makes sense. Yeah.
But like in my mind, like I can remember everything the same. Obviously, that's not true, but that's how I feel like. But Yeah. I don't know how we got from like girlfriends to 2010s.
2010
but,
NFL.
Yeah, 2010 NFL, but it's the peak of all
That's funny.
time. But there's actually a question about that later. So, oh, another thing, like in terms of like the future. So like for me, it's like because some people ask like, kind of like, what is your goal for all this stuff? Like for me, like I mean, I don't say this part, but I usually say like I want to just be like on top. I just want to be like there. You know, it's not because I'm not gonna say I want to win a championship because there's really nothing like that. But I also the main thing is like also I want to make sure like the money is there if like I can work where I can make a living. You know, but what is that for you?
I always said I remember I would get this question when I was younger. I always say it's like a couple years ago. But when I first started, like I remember this a guy I used to work for when I would film. He would ask me, he's like, "Where do you see yourself in like 5 years?" And I was like, "It's funny people would say that because like when I see myself in 5 years, I don't even think like that. I just think about how can I make the next video I make better." That's for the last 5 years. It's the only thing I've been thinking about is how once I finish a video, how can I make that next video better? How can I make that idea better? How can I make this better? How can I make that better? I've never thought of like those next 5 years, but I just the next day. And almost kind of, I guess, is a blessing and a curse because going back to like, I got so locked in, I would be like, those days started flying by. And it was a curse because I wouldn't really notice they were flying by. And like all of a sudden it's September again. Okay, football season. Oh, it's February. Football season's over. And then, oh, it's September again. And it's just because you're in a daily grind and the days are flying. So yeah, like, and I've been asked this, like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And like, I have finally trying to put some more thought into it. I'm currently putting thought into it. Like, I couldn't even answer that question right now. I really don't know. Because I didn't know 5 years ago, I'd be sitting here right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can't answer that question truthfully because I have no idea where I'll be in 5 years. I could be anywhere. I have no idea. So like, if you would have told me 5 years ago, Berge, you'd have said, you're doing this, that, and this, and all that stuff, I'd be like, you're lying. Like, I wouldn't believe you. So, like, I have no idea where I'll be in 5 years. But that's definitely something I should work on and get better at. Because, like, I definitely think it helps to have a plan and a goal and, like, where you see yourself and kind of the vision of where you see yourself and what you want yourself to be. But like I said, it's so hard sometimes for me personally because I'm so locked in on the work. And I keep saying that, but it's true that I get kind of lost. But I definitely want to work on that.
Yeah, but there's a beauty of that in like living in the present.
Yeah, I agree with that. And like I said, like I try to live in the present because you want to be present, but you also want to have goals. It's like common sense, but it's just hard to have goals, especially in what we do. Because there is no goal. There's no end game.
Yeah, there's no end game.
Like what, 1 million subs? Okay, like that's my goal. But then I'm gonna hit it, and then it's like, what's the goal? Like you know what I mean? It's not like you get like the Super Bowl. It's like, oh, I want a Super Bowl. Let's go. Yeah. Like it's like, yeah, there's okay, you hit 1 million subs, but there's a dude that's having 200 million subs right now. So yeah, go get that. Like you know what I mean? Like it's just how it goes.
That was me when I hit 100K subs. I thought it was gonna be like the best thing ever, and everything.
Literally, yeah, literally.
And then it hit, and I was like,
the last time I've had that, I think was like probably like 1,000 followers on Instagram. Like that was like the first time I was like, damn. Like I did, like that's crazy, and then like it just topples, and you just keep going, growing, and just becomes a number. As much as it's like weird to say that, but it does. It becomes legit a number.
Exactly. No, 100%. Yeah. And then like I'm trying to. That's really interesting because I think about the future like all the time, every day. Like
I try not to.
I try. Yeah, try not.
You get like kind of like at least for me, like I get like almost like flustered. Like I get like nervous in a way. I'm like, oh my God, like I get like weirded out because I can't control the future. You know what I mean? So I try not to control it, and I try to stay in the present, and it's helped, but it's hard, like you said, because you constantly think about the future. It's just human nature.
That's so great. Like for me, like I'm already thinking about like what I like the stuff I'm doing like in August. Like I'm thinking about September. Like September has been in my head like all the time. Like really this last like month, like September, and then I'm just thinking about like these certain goals that I'm gonna get, and then I think about the future a lot. Like like how I'll like where I'll be like when I'm married or like when I have kids and stuff like that. Not like in terms of like really just with content, really. Not like I'm just like I don't know like where I'm.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah. But I just like to envision myself when I'm older. I don't know why it's like that, but it helps a lot. I think because it helps me think and like pick what I want to do and certain things, and I get so much content ideas from it.
Yeah,
and then
I
just
kind of
work
like
backwards.
I said, I gotta get better at it, so I agree with that.
Yeah. That's insane. But yeah. But speaking of like certain times, so we're talking about the future, but I actually kind of want to talk about the past. Because there was a fateful day in, I think, May, one of your favorite players, got
That's a crazy segue.
Yeah, crazy segue. One of your favorite players got traded. So, George Pickens. So, how was that for you when George Pickens got traded?
I'll give you the day. I'll give you what happened. This is what everyone wants to know. So, I'm in bed. I'm sleeping. I wake up. It's probably around like 9 a.m. I remember I have my phone charged in front of me, so it's laying on like my table, and I wake up. I usually sleep in airplane mode because I like to have no distractions, just to sleep.
Airplane mode.
So I do. So I put it off airplane mode, and you know how you put off airplane mode and you see the notifications start popping up. I'm seeing messages like a lot, and I'm like, I don't get these much messages. Like I'm not like it's not like notifications or Instagram. It's like iMessage. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, what happened? And then I see like my dad and then my brother. I'm like, oh my god, someone died. Like I thought someone died. I legitimately, on my life, thought someone died. And I'm like, oh my god, someone died. So I'm preparing myself to read that someone died. And I'm like, who died? Like I didn't know who died. So I opened my phone. It was worse than, I don't want to say death, but it was close. It was like death and then Pickens getting traded. And I was like, oh my god, there's no way. Like I remember seeing it and I immediately started laughing low key because I was like, this is crazy. Like I know what my comments are already like right now. And I started laughing and I was going through the iMessage and I was like reading everyone like saying he got traded and they're like sorry. like sending their condolences basically. Like someone died. And a part of me did die. No. But yeah, so that happened. I was like, damn. And I remember being like, damn. Like that was like really like it, and it was the day I think I was uploading a long form video, I think. And I was like, damn, it had to be today. Like I already have like a video planned. Like I already had videos planned. And but this is the best thing about our job. And this is a crazy segue kind of like where I'm going with, but like, I don't know if you get this too, but like for me personally, like this happened when like Jalen got traded, like on NFL Sundays, every Sunday, like I said, it's like a drug. Like I got this like feeling like I'm like almost like I'm about to play a football game. Like when I played football in high school, I would get like almost like butterflies, and I got butterflies of like the excitement of like posting. Like it's so weird to say, but like I got so many ideas when he got traded that I got excited to create those ideas and like share them. And that's like my favorite part about like what we do. I love creating and like sharing what I can create to like other people, and hopefully they like what I create. You know what I'm saying? So I would get like anxious almost in a way. Yeah, anxious is the right word. And I get it every Sunday, every NFL game, every time basically. I have a good idea. And like I said, I think I made like 4 Pickens videos. And I really got like, I was mad. I was sad. I understood why they traded him. I didn't want him to get traded. But yeah, to answer your question, it was basically, I thought someone died, and then I noticed Pickens got traded. And I was like, all right, well, let me lock back in. And then I started thinking of ideas, and then I remember reading my Instagram comments, my YouTube comments, my TikTok comments. Everyone was like, where's the Pickens video? They were like, where's the Pickens video? Pickens got traded. Berges, I know you're sad right now. And yeah, and then I went into making the videos, and then it just felt weird to make, and I was like, damn, this is gonna be weird. But yeah, that's how it goes. That's the business.
So do you agree with the trade?
I don't think you want to be there. So like in that aspect, yes. I don't think he wanted to be there. I don't think half of the Steelers organization want him there. Even though obviously I liked watching him play as a Steeler. I wanted him to be there. Content-wise, it was great. I always thought he was just so, I said this last pod, he was so like, I don't know how this is like the right word, but he was so editable. Not in eating, but like of editing. It was like, it was just so easy. Like it was so easy. And he'd always do funny stuff, or like just anything would it's just so easy. So it sucked in that aspect, but like I said, I think it was right to part ways. Unfortunately, I don't think he wanted to be there. I don't think anyone else. And he's probably going to thrive in Dallas, in my opinion. I think he's going to do really well. That's like no glaze. I think he's actually a good player, and I think he's going to do really well in that offense with CD. So he's not even number 1 anymore. Like he has a guy that he doesn't have to carry the whole offense, and he actually has an offense now. The Steelers don't have like, I mean, everyone watches football the last 5 years. The Steelers offense was like 3 yards in the cloud of dust, maybe. So, and we still won games, and we still beat the Ravens like every time. I'm serious. But so yeah, so it's whatever. Hopefully, I mean, and there's no hard feelings. We don't know each other personally, but I'll still root for him. Like if he's not playing the Steelers. But yeah, so I don't know if I agree with the trade, but I really want to see one season with him and DK. But I knew it was coming. I actually predicted in one of my long form videos. I said I don't think we're going to see it. I hope I'm wrong. Berger's correct. So
that's crazy. So I mean, now he's a Cowboy, and Steelers and Cowboys, like they don't really.
Yeah, well, they used to have a heavy rivalry. Yeah. Now it's like kind of faded. But yeah, I know what you mean.
But like, so will you still root for him, or how would that work?
No, like I said, like I don't have like I wouldn't say I necessarily like hate. Like I just root for the Steelers. That's it. There's no other, like, I don't care if the Cowboys win. I don't care if the Ravens win unless they're playing the Steelers. I don't care if the Browns win, even though they never do. It's mostly just like, if you're playing the Steelers, I'm rooting against you, and if it's not, then who cares? I don't have like an attachment like that anymore. At least maybe when I was younger, maybe a little more. Yeah. But as I gotten older and like kind of in this business, you can't really have an attachment. Like, you're trying to like make the best videos possible. You can't just hate a team, even though sometimes it happens, obviously. But yeah. So to answer your question, I'm not gonna root against Pickens. I'm not like, I hope he fails. Like, I don't care. Like, if he does good, he does good. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, that's basically it.
Dang. So like you're now like kind of like indifferent, like you're not gonna like root for Pickens at least. Just kind of.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. When September rolls around, if he scores like off rip, it might be. I don't know. We'll see. I guess you gotta wait and see.
What if it's Cowboys Steelers though, Super Bowl?
That'd be fire. I've been saying that. I hope that happens. I literally am praying for that to happen. If it's Steelers Cowboys, I'm praying that will happen. I really hope that will happen. I don't think it will, but I hope it happens. I hope it happens. It'd be fire.
So then, like, would you cheer for Pickens or
no? If they play the Steelers, it will be completely. I'll turn heel on Pickens. Like, it'll be completely flopped. Everything will be like the opposite that I've been doing so far. But if it's not, then obviously it'll be whatever. But if he's playing the Steelers, we're not friends. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Dak rolling throws Pickens one-handed for the win, and they win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, see, that'd have to be like a moment in time where I'd
be crying while editing.
I don't know what I do. I will see. I don't know. Hopefully that doesn't get to there. Hopefully he drops it. No.
I mean, no, we know about
I'd
that.
be like, he would have caught that on the Steelers.
Man, yeah, that's insane. Yeah, because I think like for me, like I don't think I ever had like a player like that. I was like that sad like when they left. Like
no, and like people always ask like, how do you like? I always don't really say glaze. I hate. I said this last time. I don't like the word because like that's not what I'm doing. I know it looks like it, but I'm not really doing it. Just like something that I saw worked. And I just kept going with it. It's just kind of the nature of the business. And obviously I like watching him. Like, he's on my favorite team. I'm going to like watching him. So I guess I glazed him because he's on my favorite team. But that wasn't like the whole goal. It just happened. And like I said, he was easy to edit. He was funny. And it just kind of like naturally evolved. And then like when he left, I was like, damn, like, because he kind of like was with the start with me. Like, you know, like really, like we both blew up at the same. I always say I kind of helped him. I don't know if that's true, but I feel like I put him on like, not like the map, but like I would say I helped him a little bit. Like a little bit in terms of like seeing him all the time. Like if you open TikTok, you would see him. You know what I mean? Because like I'd probably have an edit on him. Like especially if he had a good play. Yeah. So like so it felt weird. Like I'm like, oh damn, he's leaving now. Like it's kind of weird. Like it's gonna be a weird season. It's like the first season without. It's weird saying it, but like without Pickens on the Steelers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, that it's gonna be weird, but I'll get used to it.
That's interesting. And then yeah, also in terms of the Steelers, like how do you see them like doing this year?
Well, I keep saying the floor is like probably the usual, like 9 wins, because they're probably going to get. I mean, they have a good team. People are sleeping on them a little bit because Aaron Rodgers, he's 41. They have a 42. Good young 42. They have a good young line. They should be healthy. They weren't healthy last year. They should be healthier on their line. They're all first round picks on the line. They really are. Besides like their center, and he's like one of the best centers in the league, and he's young. So most of their line's good. The receiver core is slacking. I would definitely agree with that. But they have good players. Like Calvin Austin's not a bad player. Obviously, they have DK. They have a bunch of tight ends now. I don't know. They're just taking all the tight ends in the league for some reason. Yeah. They have 2 really good running backs. Or not really good. They have 2 good running backs, Jalen Warren and Caleb Johnson, the rookie. And then defensively, like they've always been pretty good. And they have, if they get TJ back, they have a pretty good. Like I would go into any game with that defense. Like I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be worried about the defense. So like it sucks they play in the AFC because they have to beat Lamar, they have to beat Burrow, they have to beat Allen, they have to beat Mahomes. You know what I mean? Like you're going against like the best. Like all like top 4 quarterbacks are probably all AFC, correct? Am I like that's not like crazy? Yeah, so true. Like you have to go through the best quarterbacks in the league to get to the Super Bowl. So that's the hard part. So yeah, I would say floor is like 8-9 wins. Ceiling, I would say if they had a really good season, they'd probably get like 12 wins and probably tie the Ravens in like record-wise. So I think the Ravens have a good year. I think the Ravens have a really good team. But so I'm hoping for 12 wins. Obviously, I'm probably gonna get 10 wins in a wild card game, and we're probably gonna play like the Ravens or Bills. But like we'll see. I don't know. That's just the usual. But yeah, I'd hope for a Cowboys Steelers Super Bowl. That would be like the goal. If I could come back to this episode and be like, I called it. I hope I'm right on the Cowboys Steelers Super Bowl. That'd be fire.
I would
But-
not like that. I would like a Ravens Steelers AFC Championship.
I
game.
would be fine with that, and then they move on to the Super Bowl, and then Steelers Cowboys.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
I've been praying for an AFC Championship game, Steelers Ravens. Like I want to
Yeah.
see that again because that was like my childhood. Like
Oh wait,
I would
yeah.
look forward to like it felt like every year you were gonna get a Steelers Raven playoff game, and now it's like kind of like one sided where like the Ravens just blow them out or like they don't play each other. You know what I mean? Like it's not like what it used to be. Well, I guess what it used to be, Steelers would win, but
Yeah.
but so maybe that's why I like it so much. But yeah, so I would love a good competitive playoff game between the Steelers and Ravens. That'd be awesome.
So like a couple months ago, I remember like, you know, I remember you were editing and you like texting me like freaking out, like, I don't know what happened to my hard drive, man. My hard drive is cooked.
I didn't know where you were going with that. I'm not gonna lie. I was
Yeah.
confused where you were going.
So what happened there?
No one
Like,
knows about this. Nobody knows about this except for you and my family. Like, I don't know if my friends know about it. I turned off our boss.
bruh.
And scene.
And nobody's gonna know about it too.
Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy.
That's funny as fuck.
So we've reached like almost the end. So now it's time for some fan questions. So let's get it. Sidarian NFL says that does he recognize all the editors from the editing community of his style that started because of the inspiration from his videos?
It's funny. I know Szydarian. He's been in my streams. Shout out to Szydarian. Okay, so I do notice you guys. It's not like I'm not like I don't always comment or like certain videos, but I definitely notice a lot of you guys because it's hard not to notice, especially once you see in comments and you kind of see a trend in a certain the repeating people coming through your comments, and just naturally you see them over and over again. People supporting me through streams, supporting me on my comments, and you can tell like certain guys, certain videos are kind of inspired by mine, which I'll always appreciate. Like it's so cool looking back on it because I was once in their shoes looking for inspiration. And now being that guy, it almost feels weird. I feel like I'm not deserving to like inspire people in a way because I still feel like that guy looking for inspiration. You know what I mean? You don't really grow out of that, unless for me personally. So I always appreciate it, and I always obviously, even though I don't show it sometimes, because again, I'm all about the work. I know it's like a broken clock, but I do always appreciate it, and it's very cool to see that I inspired people, and I'll always feel humbled by it because I was once in their shoes.
That's perfect. Yeah. And then, yeah, I totally agree. Nothing else to say. And then D1 Chili. Shout out D1 Chili.
I know
'cause
D1 Chili too.
Yeah, because he knows ball. But make him admit that you're gonna give him belt. Oh my god,
Well, that's not gonna happen.
Give him
I already know this
belt in
question.
y'all's NCAA game, and then you got to give him belt in y'all's NCAA. Well, he said it twice, but
He said it
basically, I'm gonna destroy him. In
That's
this
not
game.
gonna happen. No,
That's
you
gonna
could
happen.
roll the clip of last year. I killed him. I think I put up 40 in the fourth in our last game. That's facts.
The only reason that was happening is because I was trying to read chat and also try to read a defense.
I was reading chat too.
But it was impossible. I was like, oh, they're trying to say like, name your top 10 tight ends, and I'm
Welcome
trying to
to my
throw
world.
pick. Yeah, which his is worse. To be honest, yeah, that was actually bad. But we're coming different this year. I
We'll
low-key
see.
haven't played in so long, but it doesn't even matter because I get W's. When I bring out my winners remote, I don't lose.
Do you have it?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
I brought it,
no,
bro.
No, no.
Yeah, you're gonna see. But yeah, all right. Next question by Moose Milk. Yeah, that's a crazy name, but not really a question, but a challenge. Challenge Berges to make an edit on CapCut. Is that possible?
Yeah, it's possible, but I'm not gonna do it. I mean, like, it's definitely possible. I tell people all the time, like, they always ask, like, what should I get? Should I get Premiere? Should I get Premiere? And I don't get paid by Premiere, so I'm not gonna like go get. Like, I'm not gonna tell you go get Premiere because I'm not sponsored by them. I always say go start in CapCut. You use CapCut, right?
Yeah.
It's a great app.
Yeah.
Like, and it's a great free app. Like, if I was starting right now, I'd use CapCut. I would not even touch Adobe. Wouldn't even touch it. Literally would not touch it. The only reason I touch Adobe is because I started in 2019 and I got a college discount on it, a student discount. That's the only reason I edit with Adobe, and it's the only reason I stayed with Adobe because I was so used to it. But I would 100% start on CapCut, and you can do anything you want. There's so many creators out there that are teaching like YouTube videos about CapCut and how to use CapCut and how to work with CapCut, how to get better at CapCut. It's so much easier. It's a free app also. It's way more cost efficient. I would definitely go with CapCut. I say no to the challenge. Not saying no. I mean, maybe one day, but it really just because I just stay with Adobe. Like, I don't really care to edit on CapCut because I'm so used to Adobe. Like, I've been doing this for 4 years. So,
Yeah.
but if, like I said, I kind of twisted the question or the challenge, but I would advise people to edit on CapCut. And then if you want to come over Adobe, sure, because Adobe's good for other things too, obviously. But for doing what we're doing and like editing in general and definitely starting out, you can definitely do stuff on CapCut. It's not like crazy. I mean, I've seen insane edits that are used on CapCut.
Yeah.
I mean, these kids are on like, it's insane. So,
Yeah, I don't want anyone also to think I'm a casual. Like, so like I started off like Windows Movie Maker on like a 2010 computer.
Yeah, I was
like,
on
back in the day.
iMovie. That's
Yeah,
my first
yeah.
one.
Even so I did that, and then I started.
InShot.
Yeah, then I did. Oh, InShot is
I
crazy.
use InShot.
I didn't use InShot. I used and then I used
InShot.
iMovie from like 2014 to 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah, those 2 years. I was in like 5th and 6th grade. So I mean, if that really counts. Then I went. Then after that, I think when I got to high school, like 9th grade, that's when I used Premiere. And Premiere is really good because it's really basic, but like you have to like basically do everything yourself.
Yeah.
I was just telling my brother yesterday because he was trying to, because he does a lot of not edits. We used to do like a lot of like video game montages. And
Yeah,
stuff like
I know
that.
what you mean.
Yeah, so like we use Premiere and stuff for it, but like you have to do everything, like plugins and like even
No,
just
yeah.
putting on filters. Like you have to do everything.
Well, like I said, I didn't know that was a thing until I got Premiere. And I was like, damn, that's a thing. You have to do this yourself. And it low key, I guess, looking back, and it got me better.
Yeah.
But again, if I were to start over again and I knew that, I probably would have just got CapCut.
Yeah.
Which again, I don't know if that would help me or didn't help me, but I thought that was what Premiere was. Which probably a lot of kids think now, right now. That's what if they just get Premiere, they edit like me. But it's not like that's just not how it goes. It's not like not a thing. You can do it with CapCut. You can do it with what's the other one? DaVinci Resolve. You can do it with any app, but it's about the there's a saying. It's not the paintbrush, it's the painter.
100%, and that goes for everyone thinking about like that. Berges' quality settings is like what makes him him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
It doesn't matter. Like you can have his quality settings right now. The video won't be the exact same, or it won't magically make you better. No. So that's why like you'll never understand it.
And we don't say that as like a disrespectful thing. Like it just you don't have. I don't have your brain and you don't have my brain. So like we're always gonna have different content, or we're always gonna have different ways we creatively express ourselves. So like you can inspire to try to match my coloring or match my quality settings or whatever that is. I still don't know what that means to this day. I swear to God, I don't know what that means. I just I upload in the normal settings in Premiere. There's no secret for like the settings wise.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can always inspire to get better, but you should definitely try to make it your own because that's how you evolve and get better as a creator. If that's your goal. Some people don't want to do that, which I can't relate. So like I don't know how to relate to that, but if your goal is to be a better editor or a creator, which should be your goal, that's what you should do.
100%. Yeah. It's all about being you and creating. Oh, Icy Flame 4804 says, well, this is for me actually, but he says, "Yo Ray, what is your favorite edit?" And this is just a PSA. Please do not call me Ray. I don't go by Ray in real life. Like,
please don't call me Ray.
This is a name pronunciation. This is a name pronunciation right now. Like, just call me Ayo. My full name Ayo Kunle Emmanuel Adeoye. You can call me that if you want, but I mean,
crazy.
If you're like,
that would be a full name.
Yeah, low key, that would be a little weird, but yeah, just call me Ayo. I with a little dash YO. That's how you say it. Cause that's the first thing when I first started. People started calling me Ray, and I'm like, "Who's Ray?"
I think I might have saw that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I call you Ray, but I think I saw that. Like I thought I had to call you Ray.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing.
I saw that. That's
yeah.
funny.
So like people, and I'm like kind of weird. Like even like Rayod, like you don't have to call me that. It just feels weird because the Rayod name is literally from my DS from 2010 and
That's
stuff.
crazy.
And then like for me, it's like I never really see myself as like different people. Like like whatever I do and stuff is it's me. So it's still Ayo. So like. Yeah, really important. Also, yeah. But that's just funny. Oh, but I forgot about your
question.
Yeah, your question. Yeah. What's my favorite edit? Yeah, so I don't really have a favorite edit. It's kind of like what you saying, like where it's like the next one. But I'll say the recent one that like really like was I made this one Ray Lewis video like last week, 2 weeks. It was about his like his last dance, his last season. I really like that because I for some reason I can't remember what I was doing, but basically. I was gonna make it, but it was I was planning to go to Baltimore, Charlotte and Baltimore the next day, and I had to do some other stuff or something. I had to go somewhere, but I really wanted to get the video out. And I was in like a crazy slump. Like I'm talking about like 5 straight videos of like videos getting under 10K. So I'm already feeling down. Yeah. But I was but the thing I had to do that day was basically gonna take my whole day out, and I wasn't gonna get a video out. But I was like, let me lock in. I'm like that. I'm him. Yeah. So I was able to finish it. I really liked the video, and the video did well.
That's good. Yeah, that's always good.
Yeah, and I realized like, dang, I really like these Ravens videos because it just gets me my juice is flowing, man. Something about Be More, man. Be More. But yeah, that's my favorite edit. But yeah, let's go. I got a question. Let's go. But oh yeah, okay. So OpVX asks you, where do you get your ideas from?
That's actually a good question. Because I would say a couple ways. One, like I said earlier, always thinking about this. Always 24/7. There's never an off, dull moment. I'm almost too much where I probably shouldn't be thinking about it certain areas or certain times, but I do think about it. I think about it when I go to bed. I always get good ideas when I'm working out. I don't know if that's like I think that's like a proven fact that you get like more ideas while you're like doing something like active. So I always get like on walks, or if I'm running or lifting or something, I usually get ideas from. Inspired, like I said earlier, from TikTok edits. From I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. Instagram edits. Sometimes I'll see them like, and it'll just it could be anything. It'd be like a picture, and it'll like you said, like with like the picture, like your wallpaper, like just anything I use to try to inspire me. And then idea wise, like it comes from like the inspiration kind of evolves into the idea, and then it's just like my brain, like I just go. I don't know how to explain everything else. Like it kind of just naturally falls in, and like it's just from years of doing it and years of looking for ideas and years of looking for inspiration, years of editing that like you just naturally, at least for me, like maybe I'm blessed. You just naturally get more and more ideas, and they naturally come out of you. And I mean, I have the perfect practice because for the last 3 years straight, every Sunday in the season, I'm making 20 edits. You know what I mean? So like you're just always in it. And I think that helps a lot. And like I said, I wouldn't really necessarily advise you to always be like you need breaks, definitely. Especially if you're like a kid and you have like school, you can't just be like 24/7 thinking about it. It's like it's just not possible. And that's where I have an advantage over you. Unfortunately, but it's true. I do. And like so like you're in school, I'm not in school. So like it's but that's what I would really say. Like I would if I had to give some advice, I'd try to get ideas if I were you, if you do anything active, because they really do flow naturally. I would try to find inspiration in edits you watch or your favorite creators. Me, if you're watching me, I try to find inspiration from me. Um, and then, but yeah, and always kind of just when you can, always try to think about it and try to think on ways you can make better ideas and make better videos. And naturally, if you keep doing it, it'll happen. It just will. You just have to put in the work.
100%. Yeah, you just have to put in the work.
Yeah, it's a
really.
repeating phrase, but it's the truth. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, it's the truth. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't found an easier way.
And then Carson7248, shout out Carson. I think he's in high school. I've seen your baseball videos. You actually have a nice little left arm sling. You and your brother, so really like that. But question for both of you guys. Do you guys watch or know any other sports content creators like yourselves? I think for me, obviously I watch you, obviously. But I wouldn't say that there's like specific ones I like tune in to watch. I don't know. Like I like there's a lot of like editors where like I know they want specific ones. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
There's this guy Joker Season on TikTok. I really like him because his like I can't even explain it, but like his style, like like and you'll see it in my TikTok repost if you go through, like it helps me lock in and really just like I don't know. I can't explain it.
No,
Like,
I know.
just,
No, I'm literally in the same boat. Like
Yeah.
I don't have a like when I was young, when I was first started, I definitely probably had like my like five that I was like, oh, they posted like I know off the
Yeah.
top of my head, like I don't know if anyone even watching this remembers who this is, but like Hoop Dreamer, he would make like basketball edits when I first started making like edits like on Instagram, and like he really like got me going on like basketball edits. So I was like, oh my god, like he knows what he's like I would see a video of him and I'd be excited. You know what I mean? Like when I would see a post, and this is kind of going off inspiration, like where I get my like when I first started, but like I know off the top of my head, like his name used to be Loose Slam. He was a videographer. He was the same way. He was like my goat. Like literally, like he was the guy that I was like, oh my god, every time he posts, I have to watch him. Especially videographer, because that was when I was starting videography and stuff like that for basketball. But yeah, mostly when I was younger. And now it's like you said, like it's basically just there's no names. It's like if I see someone and I like it, I like it. That's what I look. I don't really like look forward to like anyone really posting. There probably is like somebody I can't think of right now, but it's really just like seeing it through my For You page, or if I see it and if I just naturally see it and I'm like that was awesome, then I'll like it. But it's not like a certain person or a certain creator that I really look out for. But there's obviously creators I look up to and like that are like the goats of this, like what we do, obviously. But I don't know off the top of my head, obviously. But yeah, I mean, to answer your question, there's no one I look forward to, but I definitely take inspiration off a ton of people.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, it's not like a specific one, but it's
Yeah.
like whatever just resonates
Yeah.
with you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Legacy DMI 7891 says that we're running it back. What is Berges' favorite food?
Probably my grandma's ribs.
Hey,
That's probably I don't have like that's like the one food I could probably eat like It has to be that. It used to be that when I was younger, and then it stopped, and now it's kind of back because like it's just I don't have like a favorite food. So I'll go with that.
You should put ketchup on it.
No,
No?
I mean I
What?
could. I mean I'd probably like it, but like I don't. It doesn't need it for me.
I'm telling you, bro, ketchup, like, it actually makes everything good. Like,
I
mac and
agree with
cheese
that,
and ketchup,
actually. Well,
spaghetti and ketchup.
Okay.
You
I do with
know,
eggs. I like it with eggs and stuff like that.
eggs.
But
Okay, not bad, not bad. Yeah, everything with ketchup just works. I'm
yeah,
telling
I
you, bro.
agree with that. I actually would. I agree with that.
Oh, Snaps Productions asks, do you guys know the Schoolie SSS community? I think like for me, like, so like I kind of knew Schoolie, like, I guess like the person that makes it, like, maybe like 2022, I guess. It's just like he was like an NFL editor. Then I think apparently like he stopped or something, and then now like
He's like a legend or something.
yeah, he's like a legend or something. Like I'm not gonna, I don't want to say like worship,
That's so
but like
funny.
the amount of times I see Schoolie and like the people like that follow us, it's
Yeah.
like insane. I'm just like, all right, but then I think it's like a type of edit, like where it's like it's an edit where like there's no like voiceover, but it's like it's just text on the screen and it's saying stuff. I guess that's what it is. I used to do that a little bit of that in 2022, but now I just say what it is. But yeah, the SSC community, like sports
Shorts creators.
yeah, sports
I didn't learn
creators.
what that was until like last year.
Yeah,
No idea. When people would say like, you know what SSC, I was like, what are you talking?
yeah, I know, yeah,
Well, and again, because like we're older. Like if I was like 15, I probably would know
yeah.
everything you just said. But I'm so out of like I'm not in touch with that because I'm so again
We're unks,
locked in
bruh.
on I'm like on myself, so I'm not really focused on that stuff. Obviously I know it now. I don't know actually any of the lore, but I know like of school. I actually don't know who Schoolie is, but like I know
Yeah.
the name, like you said, like I see it obviously sometimes. And then yeah, the sports shorts creator, like I wouldn't even like the only reason I started posting on YouTube because they made shorts. It wasn't like I was like I'm gonna go join the sports shorts creator community. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't like
Yeah.
that was like I was already making TikToks. I'm like, well, might as well put the TikToks on YouTube. That's how it
Yeah.
happened.
It was so funny. Like it's like they just put us in there. Like I
Yeah,
remember
I don't
like
know what that-
randomly, I was just like, we're just getting like tagged in like all these rankings and stuff, and I'm
Yeah, I
like,
didn't know what that meant.
yeah, like you won like the MVP of the sports creator like in like 2023, and I was like, okay, yeah, like dang, right? Like I'm seeing like AI Stephen A. Smith's videos, and like number one goes to Berges. He's one of the greatest. I was like, which is actually I really love, because it shows the support.
It is
and
cool.
stuff like
No,
that.
I agree. It's just
Yeah.
like I said, I wasn't really locked in with it because I was so focused on other stuff. But if I was younger, I probably would be locked in on it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because it is cool. It is pretty cool. I probably would have been doing that actually. That is just something I would have probably done.
100%. And then, at the end of the day, like it's so super dope, like to have a community.
Yeah, 100%,
especially when
yeah.
you're a teenager, you need that
Yep.
community, that
I agree.
that friends. Yeah. So, oh yeah, D1 Milrow asks, who is your favorite editor? If you had to choose one person.
Besides myself.
Yeah.
Um,
I'd say the same thing besides myself.
see, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't have. Did I write that down?
Yeah.
Hold on. I had one of them. I forget because I don't think I had.
I don't even know if I have one.
Okay, so yeah, my answer was I don't have one in particular, but I guess my favorites were when I started editing. So like I don't know if you know who Thunder Productions is.
Yeah, I know Thunder.
He
he
was
was cold in
The
2018.
reason my name is Berges Prod. Like I wish it was just Berges, but he was. I thought you had to have Prod at the end of your name because he had Prod. So he was like my guy when I first started. He was like my favorite editor, I would say, definitely when I first started. Owen Moy, that's another one that no one knows. I don't think anyone watching this knows who that is, but he was a videographer that did a Patriot edit in 2019. That was my first saved Instagram. Like, you know how you could save Instagram videos? He's my first saved. That was my first video I watched. And I was like, damn, like there's a different level. And it wasn't even probably that like, I'm not even knocking him, but like it probably was good. It was good. I saved it for a reason, but it wasn't like it's crazy looking back and I'm like, that's what I was thinking back then. You know what I mean? Like where I was like, there's so many levels to this.
Mhm.
And then another videographer that like kind of got me going was Eddie M22_. He's like one of the like the filmers know who he is. Like obviously I don't think much people watching this know, but he's one of another go-to dudes that was like really good when I started and got me like really inspired. And then like I said, Hoop Dreamer was another guy that like really got me going and really was like, okay, there's like I got to get better. Like I'm not even close to being where I'm at and I can definitely try to be better. So those are like the guys I was like looking up to when I first started, but as I've grown and got more locked in and more naturally me versus me, I've kind of distanced myself from like having favorite editors. I still have obviously favorite videos that I see. I'm like, oh my God, those are my favorite videos. And like, I can like pull them up and be like, these are my favorite videos I've ever seen. But it's harder to get favorite creators as you get older because you're so worried about yourself selfishly.
Yeah, exactly. And have you ever talked to any of those people? Like,
No, I've talked to Thunder once, and I think he might have actually.
left you on red?
No. He might have came at me saying, "Don't do." I probably took inspiration from him, and he probably took it as I wouldn't as something. I think he might have said something in my DMs. I forget. It was something weird. It was kind of like it was me, like, "Dude, you're the goat," and he's like, "All right, like keep moving." I think I could be wrong. I forget. It was we didn't have, but he's cool now. I think he follows me, so I think we're cool now. I mean, we are cool. We don't have any beef. But yeah, I didn't talk to any other guys. I've talked to Hoop Dreamer, I think, before too. But I remember he used to like stream, and I remember he one time reacted to my video. Like I sent to him, and he reacted to it. And he actually gave me props, and I was like, "All right, we're cool, we're good." I could keep going. That was like a while. That was like 4 years ago, at least.
Dang, that's insane. Yeah. All right. So Bennett McDowell says, "What was the best team in your opinion from any year, any era of football?" For me, that is very, very interesting. I love that question. So, and this is off the dome. I'll say like there's a couple teams. So I'll say the 1994 49ers. If you look at that team, you know, they had Hall of Famers everywhere. When you go from Steve Young, like I think Steve Young was top 3 in MVP that year. You have Deion Sanders coming over from the Falcons, had 6 interceptions that year, had like 3 return touchdowns that year, like from interceptions, and 1 defensive player of the year. And I'm telling you, like you literally go from that whole roster, like they were literally blowing out teams. They beat the Cowboys in the NFC Championship game, who just won 2 Super Bowls the year before, and completely blew out the Chargers. Like,
killed them, like
And then if you have the best wide receiver and the best DB on the same team practicing, and Jerry Rice and Deion Sanders, it's hard to say that they're not the best team. That's one of the best teams. The 2013 Seahawks are up there too. Like it's like insane. I think that definitely they're the best team in the 2010s. I mean, they literally had the best players at every single position. I'm trying to clip farm here, but trying to make this into edit. 2012. No, I'm not 2012 Ravens, but I think 2007 Patriots also for sure.
That's my team. I would say 2007 Patriots, even though they lost to the Giants, that team's insane. Like going like game by game, that team is crazy. It's unbelievable the Giants beat them. Yeah. It's just a definition of like thinking you already won before you play the game. Like it's that team was so good, so good top to bottom and record wise, and how they won. They won every game by they were just dominating games. And they're the best quarterback of all time, basically on the team. I mean, it's just it's a really good team. It's just crazy they didn't finish it.
There's 2 things about that I just realized, because you know how the Giants beat the Patriots? It's literally just based off of 4-man pass rush, right? And it's funny that like 13 years later, when Brady was on the Bucks, it was like they literally beat the Chiefs off a 4-man pass rush.
That's how the Eagles beat the Chiefs this year, basically.
Yeah, 4-man.
I said that in one of my long form videos. I try to compare it to like when Brady lost to the Giants, because it was very similar how they attacked Mahomes.
Yeah, because if you can get to the quarterback, you can ruin everything.
Yep.
Yeah. So I guess I'll say like 1994 not Cowboys. 1994 49ers.
I'll stick with the Pats, even though it's crazy because they lost. But I do think they're definitely the best team that's never won, in my opinion.
I will say though, it was. I don't know if it was divisional NFC Championship game. I think it might have been the championship game. Like they didn't play that well against the Chargers, and I think Brady had like Pats? 3. Yeah, they had like 3 picks,
and Phil had like a torn ACL.
Yeah, a torn ACL. So just throwing it out there. Brady sucked. He's actually trash. No, he did. And Joe Flacco better, but yeah.
Yeah, I forgot. They didn't have a good playoff. It was actually telling because they didn't have really good playoffs at all.
Yeah,
and they lost.
Exactly. That kid Jacob asks, "What do you do when you have a block and can't find something to edit?" For me, like, I legit haven't had a block since like September 2022, where I'm like, I don't know what to edit. Huh?
So you might want to knock on wood right now.
Knock on wood, yeah, knock on wood, yeah. Because also, I think for me, like, I do like so much different content, so I don't really have those blocks. It's really like I always have something to edit, but it's like I think sometimes like do I think it's great enough to do well? So I guess a little bit. Sometimes I get too much in my head. So, but I don't really have blocks. It's really just since you like it so much and ideas are always coming, you're always thinking about it. I don't really have a thing where I'm like I don't know what to post. Yeah, you know. So.
For me, there's definitely more in the off season, but the blocks definitely come. There's days where it's like I don't feel like doing anything. I don't know if that's like a me thing or like everyone gets that. I sometimes question it. Like I'm like, am I like abnormal? Like why do I feel like this? Like I do everything right, and then I'm like, well, I don't feel good at all. But I feel like physically I feel fine. Mentally, I'm just like drained kind of. So I'll have days like that, and sometimes I don't edit. Like sometimes I have to like. There's another quote. I keep saying quotes, but it's like creative people need to do nothing sometimes. which I think is very true because you need to kind of reset your brain and reset like your mind. And especially with us, we're so on go move with consistency and like, especially in NFL season where you're like going, going, going. There's no breaks and there's no off season. So yeah, for me, for blockage, what I do is just kind of just like live, like take a break. You don't need to edit right now. Okay, cool. Go for a walk, go work out, maybe play the video games you want to play, go hang out with friends, go to the movies, try to get inspired from a movie. I watch movies a lot I watch a lot of movies in general, but that usually I put on a movie when I get like a blockage or like my favorite movie, like a little Spider-Man 2. But I usually do that and it helps a lot. But I would really say just like if you're in a block, unless it's consistently getting a block, then I'm not sure because I don't get them like all the time, but I do get them a couple of times a month, I would say, especially in the off season, not really in the football season, but like July, June, yeah, I'll get them. Like I'll usually have a video already scheduled. If I don't, I just won't post that day. It's whatever, it happens. And I'll just take time to myself and kind of like do nothing.
Perfect.
Mentally, not physically, obviously.
Oh yeah.
I'm not just like sit in bed and stare at the ceiling for the whole day.
Yeah, definitely, bro. And then yeah, last question. TD Tadenhup _2 asks, what is your favorite memory watching football? I'll probably end it up with that one.
Okay.
For me, my favorite memory, it sucks because my first game I ever watched was like Ravens Broncos 2012. That's
You had the best game of all time to watch first, and then it went downhill.
Yeah, I still think exactly the greatest football game ever played.
Literally, it's one of them. It's definitely one of them.
And it kind of does suck because I don't really remember too much.
Yeah,
and like,
you're younger,
and I don't know if it's like I remember like the plays or it's like me watching it back, and so that's the only thing that kind of sucks. But in terms of my favorite memory,
jeez,
yeah, I don't really have.
I have one.
Oh man,
I kind of have one. I mean, I have one, but
I feel like you might know. But before I get that, I got to get mine. I don't really have a favorite memory. I'll say like I'll just say like favorite games. 2020, like the playoffs, Lamar versus the Titans, like when they beat them.
I thought you were gonna say the Bills. Like, wait a minute.
Oh yeah, nah, bro.
I don't want to go on. It's kind of going off. That same game is the same day I had my highest video on TikTok. Like that's like the blow up of my like page.
The Reggie Bush.
The Reggie Bush was the same day of that Lamar game when they lost the Bills. But keep going.
But yeah, I'll say that one that playoff game because like there was so much mess about like Lamar can't win in the playoffs and stuff like that, and the Titans are the team that beat him. And
the year before, you're right.
Yeah, the year before. And I'll never forget, like, Lamar 100% just took the game over. Like, he 100% proved. I mean, people were saying he couldn't pass, even though he literally led the league in passing touchdowns the year before. But there was a moment, especially at that time, the Ravens, like, were terrible. Like, no, they didn't have any wins when they were, like, down by more than 7.
Yeah, they couldn't come up with that. That was always the saying.
So I remember they were down 10-0, and it was, like, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 15. Run, right? He had that long run, just scored. And I'm like, yes, like, and it was insane, and like all the trash talk, all my friends were talking, and so I was like, I cannot wait. And I actually won some money off of a bet. Eduardo, yeah, you still owe me some money. So
that's funny.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite games. But I don't really have like a favorite moment. I think I don't know. It'll probably be when we win the Super Bowl with Lamar, and then I have to wait another 10 years and be like get nostalgic.
Yeah, that makes sense. For me, it's my first football memory, or my first positive football memory, which was I vividly remember being on my couch. Or on a couch, I wasn't on my couch, I guess, watching Willie Parker hit his 75-yard touchdown run in the Super Bowl versus the Seahawks.
Yeah.
That's my only memory from that game. But I like vividly remember like seeing the TV, and I was probably like 2006 that was, so I was 5, 4, somewhere around there.
You were 5, bro.
So I was young, so I was like around there, and that was like my first vivid like memory of like, and that's why I think he's one of my favorite players of all time. I always say it's him and Jerome Bettis. Those are my two guys. And I think that's one of the main reasons because it's such an early memory for me. And then to flip the question, the worst football memory is definitely the Pats Jesse James drop. That one, that will never, like, that stings to this day. Like, because they 100% in my mind win the Super Bowl that year if they just play their game. If they win that game, they're the 1 seed. They don't play the Jags the second round. They probably play, whoever the Pats played was probably the Texans. No respect to the Texans. They probably wax them. And then they would have got the Pats or Jags at home. It would have just been a different game. Like, I don't think they would have got waxed for the Jags in the championship game. It would have just been different because Steelers come off a bye week. And they were already focused on the Pats, of course. Like, I think Tomlin said before the game, like, we're already worried about the Pats.
Yeah.
Which is like what you don't do.
Yeah.
And then they lost. So that one, that pains me the most, that game. Like, the Jags and the Pats, like, game, like, kind of, like, meshed together. But yeah, to answer the question, Willie Parker's touchdown run, probably.
That's so funny. I actually have a video about that Jesse James play. that you're gonna see. But that year was so weird because no one knew what a catch was that year. Like I remember, you know,
it was unbelievable.
That video I sent with like the Falcons and Lions dancing.
Yeah.
Like that game was insane. Like they didn't know what the catch was.
It
at
happened
that
like
point
every
too.
week.
Yeah. So yeah, that was insane, bruh.
That's with me. All right, guys.
Yeah. So I appreciate you guys for watching it to the very end. Hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully you like the fan questions at the end as well. Let us know if we should run this back because there's been some contract talks that we might run this back this fall. Who knows? It's up to y'all. So, but I appreciate you hopping on. And
of course.
Definitely got to do this more.
Anytime, man. Anytime. Of course.
Sir.
Yo, I need some brain like Bay, let me see how you thinking. Me, I was sat there broke like you, seeing the clock just ticking. I'm kinda bitch, I be on